Jesus.
I don't know why you guys are annoyed by that.
It's never done it before.
Yeah, but it's alerting you that you are now being recorded. Don't you want that?
Yeah, okay, I understand, but just from this standpoint, it's
Well, it's always been I click record and then I can just go into my opening monologue and then I'm like, I gotta go over there and then you guys are talking about it. Anyway, so welcome to the 58th session of the Roses Are Red campaign. As we rejoin our triumphant heroes after they finally slayed Zahira, the Ebon Ruin, and return to the Senton war camp with her head gripped in Uhtred's meaty grasp. But now with the knowledge that you did not cut the head off the snake. Oh! Hey-o! Howdy, howdy.
What up?
dude.
But yeah, you missed me extolling Uhtred's incredible head chopping prowess in the opening explanation of or recount of last session.
He's good at it.
He's consistent at it. So you return back to the Senton war camp. Now with the knowledge that you have not cut the head off the snake, there is a bigger head on a bigger snake that you were not necessarily aware of. Or we should say a bigger head on a bigger serpent. But from the sound of things, it does sound like the orcish horde to the south is leaving. You do hear sounds of battle. Some of them have started fighting each other for different reasons. And some of them have just taken off at a bolt when they saw the black dragon fly overhead. And word came back after a couple of intrepid individuals came out to the burning tent after you guys left, found all the dead bodies lying naked on the ground and Zahira with her head missing, and then went back to their lines and explained that it's all for shit. And so by the time you guys get back to the Senton line, the orcish line is in complete chaos, complete disarray. It is shattering and disintegrating, and shouts on the Senton line are starting to rise in triumph and excitement that the battle is over, that the war is won, and that the forces of good have triumphed for another
Force of
day.
good and board.
That's me.
So wait, they're naked?
The forces of mostly good.
Other stuff.
Oh yeah. Dead, nude.
I mean, well, the orc barbarian type dude was mostly naked to begin with. He just kind of had like a loincloth kind of thing. But everybody else, you took their armor off. So I mean, yeah, they're probably wearing like some threadbare tunics or something like that. Shit that they wear under their armor.
jockey shorts.
Yeah. But yes, so you will pick it up with you guys returning to the line. As you return to the line, Lord Jenkins is there to greet you and scans the group of you, sees Zahira's head in Uhtred's hands, and
Starts to cry.
he gets choked up. This does mean, you know, the end of the war, and a huge weight has been lifted off of his shoulders right now. But that quickly sort of returns to a median level as he looks mostly between Mirok and Largo and says, "Did I see an actual dragon, or was that something Largo did?"
Diplomacy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you because For all I know, maybe it was. It was real close to you.
14 on the die, so ridiculous. The thing is, sounds like Zahira was just a coin to be played in this mercantile. There is a pretty terrifying black dragon on the maybe not on the loose in Lund, but definitely pulling the strings in Lund, which is not great news. But I say that as diplomatically as I can.
I don't want to like nitpick through the details of this, but Lord Jenkins is going to ask you specifically to tell him everything you know about the situation. And he will also ask anybody else, probably focusing towards Murak and Dakuda, who he recognizes as more consistent people. And he'll also talk to Yanni as well about it. He's going to gloss over Bort Nutrid is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
He's got the head.
So, but yeah, Largo, Murak, Yanni, Dakuda, he's going to interview each one of you specifically about basically the fight, you know, what the power structure seemed to be and what the deal is with this dragon. You know, in particular, Dakuda might have some insights given his knowledge background. But yeah, is there anything specific that you want to tell Jenkins, that you want to withhold from Jenkins?
I want to make sure that Jenkins knows that this dragon is creating half dragons from their own body.
Okay.
And that Zahira might not be the last.
She wasn't the first either.
Definitely wasn't the first, might not be the last.
Okay. Murak?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Yanni?
I think Largo hit the important bits there.
Okay. Dakuda?
I don't have anything to add yet, but I'm going to study the swords, the hero's sword, which, well, do I know all this already? Kind of check. when I,
Give me a knowledge arcana check.
But still,
Rolled 5, so that's just a 42.
27.
Yeah, so looking at it, you can tell that this was warped or shaped by some sort of magic spell, probably something that specifically, like something like wood shape, but that's shapes bones or keratin or something like that. What you're getting is not necessarily that powerful. It's probably more specialized. And given what you're seeing, this isn't made out of bone. This is made out of keratin. This is made out of claw substance. So
I'll pretty much say I have some theories.
I will say the handle is made out of bone, but the blade's made out of claw.
I have some theories. I think the sword and the armor might actually be came from that black dragon, because that black dragon was missing digits and stuff. And I mean, we got black dragon armor. But I'm going to investigate a little bit further before I say for sure.
And as I said in the last session, you do get I wouldn't say intelligence, but a sense of purpose, like a feeling of malevolence coming off of the sword. It has a will of its own, not necessarily an intelligence of its own.
Gotcha.
Is it like Sabra, the white Power Rangers, like lion sword? It can like talk to you. No. Oh, I wish. Don't touch me. That's what the sword says. Hands off. Oh shit, do you have?
You haven't seen her.
I haven't seen her. Dude.
But yeah, the sword looks just like that sword.
Hell yeah. Yo. That's fucking badass.
You can put it right there.
I was gonna say, Uhtred, get a load of this. This is the head that you're holding in your hand.
Well, I've held many heads in my hand. And this is
This one's special.
This is special head. There are
um,
many like it, but this one is mine.
So Jenkins is interviewing, talking to his favorite members of the party.
The heroes.
Ord and Uhtred are out of favor with the Liege Lord.
Well, you know, he's looking for specific information that he does not necessarily assume that Bort and Uhtred would overflow with.
It's a reasonable assumption. He's a
Yeah.
statesman, political correct. Can Bort say to Uhtred, "Hey Uhtred, let's go find Daryl and Gavin and get lit. We won. We returned victorious. Come on, bring that head. Hey Gavin, you ever seen one of these?"
May the beer flow like the rivers of ancient wherever is a good place to say here.
Daryl's always been operating with the assumption he's going to go back over there and fight with them. So you're like, look at this fucking head.
Daryl, check it out. We got it.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, you go find Gavin and Daryl, and Gavin's like, oh god, and Daryl's like, Daryl's not my name. I'll go find it. He goes and he's like, heads are okay. Yeah, I'll go find a stick. We'll put it on a stick. That's what we do.
Sweet.
Took that better than I thought.
Ooh, here it comes.
So
Before they get, I'll try and see if I can talk them out of the head before they start drinking beer out of it and gets lost.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Before it gets lost in some
She's
weird
got
fashion.
she's got tusks and horns, dragon type horns, dude.
Oh, we're drinking out of that.
We're drinking out of the dragon horn. Is it poison? Black dragon horn? God damn it.
I mean, if it's not xenomorph level, but her blood is acid.
Okay. Don't get any blood on you.
So like breaking her head apart, like ripping the horns off and stuff, and then the horn is not hollow yet. You need to hollow it out. Hollowing it out would mean digging out the marrow and carving out some of the internal substance of it, all of which is acidic, and you will take damage doing that unless you use an alchemy lab to neutralize the acid first and
Teleport back to Brit.
I was gonna say, we know a witch. We can wait. We're patient. I'm thinking like a Tenacious D, like Balm of Destiny at the end where they get Satan's horn and turn it into a pipe sort of a thing. Some hobbit weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that the back patch right at your shoulders doesn't say this. It sure says something way cooler, but I really kind of hope it says Billabong.
Oh, that would be really funny. But it says building better bombs. I embroidered it with dental
It looks great.
Thank you. Billabong, like the company. Like,
Oh, Black Power, right on, man.
Oh, that's good.
That was classic.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Back to the thing. We won.
Celebration.
You guys have an Uhtred.
We're
so
celebrating. Yeah.
as you guys celebrate, you also take inventory of this large pile of equipment and magical items that you have retrieved from your fallen foes, and now is a good time for you to decide where those things go.
Hint.
So already spoken for. Healer's gloves, those are mine. Margot did take the Cloak of Resistance +3.
Correct.
Uhtred took the Belt of +4 Strength and Constitution. I don't think anything else has been spoken for.
The belt is +4 strength and +2 constitution.
Yeah, that's what I got written down. But as far as the boots of Spring and Striding has been spoken for, the armor coat +3. I don't know if that's going to be useful for any of us. There's a headband of Inspire Wisdom +4. You can only wear one, right, Dan?
Right. That's going to be extremely useful to Yanni.
Right.
Yep,
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and
Say
write it
no to
down
that.
Dude, look at you.
and take notes.
You did. You're a good noter.
This is directly transferred to like my job now. It's becoming useful.
Is there also a belt of +2 dex, +2 con?
That's true.
There is one of those.
I wouldn't say no to that either. If we're
What are you asking
Gideon.
for?
the belt of 2 dex, 2 con. I don't know if anybody else needs it, but I could also use that.
I already have one, so I'm okay with it. Sounds like it's yours.
Phenomenal. Bort, any resistance there from you?
No, sir. What's up with those boots, though?
The boots are unspoken for, and it's just a question of do we want to make our strongest chain link stronger or our weakest chain link stronger? That's the question with those shoes.
So just to be clear, Yanni, are you putting your belt of +2 dex back into the pot with this?
I see no reason why I wouldn't do that.
Just checking. So we're keeping track of everything.
Yeah, so that's there.
I do not have a belt. I do have a belt. I have a belt with +4 dex. Oh, +4 dex. Yeah. Dexley's Midnight Runner. I'm trying to get these boots, dude.
So there is this the Furious Butchering Axe, which isn't better than Uhtred's axe. It's different, but it is a different axe, and I'm just saying I don't know if Uhtred's going to look at this, and he is the only person in the group who could even lift it.
I mean, he can put it on his back, right?
Yeah, he can carry it around and use it. You can use it as, now it does 3d6 points of damage instead of 1d12 points of damage. So it's going to have a better base damage, but it's not made of adamantine. So it doesn't have that going for it. But otherwise, it's basically, the attack is going to be the same. Everything else is going to be the same with it.
But it's a +3 when he's raging.
+3, just like his adamantine axe.
Yeah, okay. So if you're not raging, it's not going to be nearly as good. But if you are raging, it's going to be like
No.
comparable.
Because his regular axe is also +1 furious.
Oh, okay.
So they both have the same enchantments. One is indestructible but does 1d12 points of damage. The other one is destructible but does 3d6 points of damage.
So way higher damage floor.
A good chunk better.
Yeah.
A good chunk better.
But not indestructible. Yeah.
That one does 3 to 18 points of damage versus 1 to 12. But the vast majority of Uhtred's damage comes from the +28 that he adds on the end of it.
Uhtred, if I may, just as a player, I would say strap that adamantine axe to you and always carry it, but this should be your daily driver. And then if we encounter someone who has damage resistance,
This coming from someone who's never chopped the head off anything.
have you ever exploded anything? 'Cause I do that.
Yeah, I mean, this butcher axe sounds dope. So is it 3d6 plus 28?
Yeah, so instead of where on your sheet where it says 1d12,
Right.
it says, for this axe would be 3d6.
And
That's
if you-
the only difference. It's the only difference.
All right,
If he
cool.
crits, it's 66.
No, it's an axe. If he crits, it's 96.
Yeah, take that axe and just use your adamantine as a backup for DR.
Take your daddy's axe, boy, and strength it to your side.
Can I get a description of the axe? What does it look like, please? Is it?
It looks like a meat cleaver, except that the blade is about 4 feet long and the handle is another 2 feet long.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's got a bunch of, chinks and notches and like, you know, it's seen a lot of battle. It's scratched and you know, worn, and it looks jagged and nasty. But yeah, it looks like if somebody was 12 feet tall and was using a meat cleaver to chop up you know, an elephant. This is the tool that they would use.
You're 4 feet tall.
Awesome.
It's a total anime sword for Uhtred.
Cloud Strife, baby. So that leaves us with the +3 armor coat, the boots, tatami do +2 armor, ring of protection +3, a headband +2 charisma. And it sounds like the dragon Zahir has armor and sword. Dakuda, you want to like keep that separate for like scrying and stuff.
Well, I want to study it.
Well,
it doesn't necessarily.
I mean, yeah, so Dakuda, you know, that sword, which again might be something that Uhtred could use, being a two-handed massive sword. But it would influence the user, and you know, and possibly
I would
do something
state that I wouldn't be handling the sword too much, knowing it has some kind of will to it and needs to be studied before.
The Black Dragon scale armor. You know that you guys got in trouble with Gideon for the Copper Dragon scale armor. In some circles, this would still be seen as wearing the skin of an intelligent creature.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, it's gauche, but not horrific.
Sounds like it should go to a certain dead Oni Goliath.
He can't wear this is heavy armor.
You can't wear that? Oh, okay.
He is wearing a tatami do.
Oh.
That's mithril, so it's a little bit better than the armor that. Well, it's better in a different way because his tatami do I think is +1 and hers is +2. But
What is
Yeah.
an armor coat?
an armor coat is a medium suit of armor, and it's heavy and kind of unwieldy, and it's not. The big benefit of the armor coat is like you can just. It's just like a trench coat with a bunch of metal plates sewn onto it. So it takes a standard action to put it on. But other than that, it's just a big, heavy metal coat. It's decent armor, but it's not the best, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's +3, so it's very nice. It's very, you know, it's good. It gives a total of a +7 armor bonus.
I lean towards selling that. Next time we're in town.
But yeah, I think the two things that you guys really do, well, maybe three things you guys really need to figure out are who's getting the boots, who's getting the ring of protection +3, and there is a belt of plus strength plus con +2 that maybe somebody is going to get some mileage out of.
Largo wouldn't be opposed to the ring upon further thinking about, like, maybe in the future he couldn't be a glass cannon, but just a regular iron cannon. But if no one wants to give that to me, it makes sense because Largo this whole time has been saying, like,
Your AC is 10.
Correct.
Yeah.
Push me up to 13, and if I, like, at 12th level decide to finally take mage armor, I'd have a 17 AC.
I'm okay with that, but
Somebody might actually miss you.
All right, I'm taking it.
Okay, that's good.
Also, you know, you guys, especially Mirok, Largo, Dakuda, you guys know that you could probably get some baubles for first level spells at a fairly reasonable price. So if you got a bauble for mage armor and shield, like you could probably get that. You don't have to learn the spell to be able to cast it. It's an item that you keep on you, and it grants you the knowledge of how to cast that spell.
Ooh, we should do that next time.
I mean, pretty easy. Not a lot of effort for first level spells. It's one of those exponentially increasing. So like for a 5th level spell, it'll probably be way out of your price range to be worth it.
does anyone not have a headband on right now? There's just a headband of plus 2 charisma floating around that can help anyone.
Work does not have a headband.
Why don't you be a little more charismatic? It might help when you're negotiating with small children gangsters.
There's also my old headband of plus 2 wisdom. I don't know if that would be better for you than the charisma.
I have more. Do you need a thing?
No, I got one. We should keep track of that stuff we're turning in. So you got that headband and he also has a belt, which we can sell.
Did you?
Oh, plus 2 just good.
Yeah, so what's your headband, Yanni?
The headband I'm turning over to the group for loot is a plus 2 of wisdom.
Okay, I got it.
And then you said,
And- Yeah, the other was a belt of plus 2 dex.
I got that one.
Okay, so, or you're gonna take the charisma headband?
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, work could be more charismatic.
Largo already
Can you
feels
roleplay that?
unstoppable.
Two is game.
How's everybody feeling?
Well, it'll help with your intimidate
Oh,
and
that's
use
true.
match device.
It's true.
The boots of striding and springing. Kudanei said that's the only one you can take, but can't you fly faster than that?
Mhm.
So I aim towards some of our fast, Dexy boys getting that.
Maybe those springing boots will come in useful.
it doesn't really matter.
Have you taken anything
This is not really.
from the loot? Then again, it's not necessarily a reason to just take something.
You can also like sell shit.
Who's getting, Largo's getting the ring of protection?
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
what was Uhtred receiving again?
Chaos at the house.
Tell your guard to stop calling you.
What is it that the boots do? The boots give you plus 10 to your movement speed.
Oh wow, yeah.
What
So,
about
I mean,
jumping?
that absolutely, that would probably be most beneficial to Bort, Uhtred, and Yanni. So it's important for them to get into a position to attack an opponent. It would make Yanni ridiculous. And for Uhtred and Bort, it would just make you guys faster than average. Which I'm not trying to say what is the correct answer for this, but that said, it's also like it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea if you guys do have to like walk someplace for whoever gets them to take them off and give them to Mirok for a little while.
It's the question of do you make your weakest link stronger or do you make your stronger link stronger?
What's your movement speed right now?
Like 20, yeah.
Do you have boots?
No, I'm barefoot. I've been barefoot since level 1. Full
Adamantine,
adamantine.
no shoes.
No, I mean special boots.
No, I don't think boots. No boots.
Well, Yanni, what's your movement?
60.
Good lord.
Sweet Jesus.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think it'd be good for you to have maybe up to normal walking speed at least. I mean, you have to run around and heal people.
Well, I mean, for him, like if you guys have to walk across a fucking country, Largo can turn into mini Largo and sit on somebody's shoulder. But Mirok is like 250 pounds of himself and his armor
Mhm.
that, not going to go any faster. But it's good for moving across distances. During a fight, I still think it would be way more beneficial to have Bort, Yanni, or Uhtred faster than to have
Until they're lying there bleeding. You say, hold on.
That was kind of. That being said, a lot of my healing powers are like burst. I can get within a certain range and do something.
Well, and if you cast Blessing of Fervor, and we've already house ruled this, you can use, instead of the enlarge option, you can use the reach option, which would give you, turn all of your touch spells to close range spells.
Yes.
Which pretty much solve that problem. And remember, while similar effects of Blessing of Fervor and Haste don't stack, the two spells can coexist at the same time and have significantly different benefits that could both be useful. So
I mean, I'd be happy to hold on to the boots for you until you want to wear.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm assuming they're the exact same shoe size.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we would be a better fit.
I mean, a case could be made. I mean,
well,
No,
if you guys want to, like, you could always roll for it. We have these handy, you know,
we do.
we have these handy little random number generators.
So like on a scale of 1 to 10, Uhtred, Yanni, Bort, how badly do you want these boots?
if I can get to someone quicker and kill them, I want them.
That is fair. That's also not a number, but that's fair.
10.
10.
Yes.
I think that Uhtred's want only exists on a 1 and a 10.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a scale in the middle.
All or none. Don't want
All gas, no brakes for Uhtred.
I don't want it.
He has no subtlety, no nuance.
Yanni?
I'm already fast. It just seems mean to make me any faster, right? I mean,
All right.
I mean,
Say it.
invisible and sneaky and fast.
I mean, yeah, I have a ring that I stole from you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
everyone works
There is one thing that we might want to get out of the way before this decision is made. Bort did not roll his d20 to see what happened after
That's a very good point, Dan.
the death of
yeah.
Why don't you guys each have one of the boots?
Ooh, half is five.
One leg is 5 foot faster than the other leg. That's constantly fall over.
Just look at.
I think we just go to the dice.
Well, let's let Bort get a special item from last week, and maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I roll.
Roll a
Put it in
d20.
the tower.
You always want it to be high.
Okay, the tower, dude. What is this chimney?
That's not how you use the tower.
17.
Yeah, you've been using it wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Right on the top.
Lesson learned.
The tower, dude. Okay.
So maybe that's it.
Dude, it's coming down out there.
Yeah,
Wow.
I should probably kayak.
Look at that.
Scott starts battling.
So you guys rolled and all got a cool thing?
You should
Higher roll.
actually,
Yeah.
higher
It's not
roll
all
seems
that.
to be like better flavor, but we
I'm
all
gonna do, 17 is good.
That's
17
fine.
is vicious.
Absolutely.
Report.
Absolutely.
You got him spinning and thinking. That's a good sign.
I rolled a 14. I got something really cool.
I like a 2.
Level up prime. How do you like that?
Okay. So, Bort, you get back to the camp, and as you're, kind of taking off some of the heavier, more cumbersome bits of your armor and gear, so you can, totally relax, fire up that, halfling fatty, and get into, watching Uhtred try to wrestle a horn off the side of the hero's head. You pull your Cape of the Mountebank off. And the Cape of the Mountebank is a very flashy looking thing. It's like bright red with gold trim. And as you pull it off your shoulder, you realize that is not the way the cape looked the last time you saw it. The gold trim has turned to this dull sort of almost shineless silver metallic color, like a dull gray, but still has some sort of a metallic glint to it that, as opposed to reflecting light, seems to suck the light away. And the red, very bright, very vibrant fabric has gone Vanta black. The cape, it's still a Cape of the Mountebank, but now in addition to being a Cape of the Mountebank, it also gives you +10 to your stealth.
Damn. Oh, hide in plain sight.
Hell yeah. +10 stealth. Wow.
So, yeah.
The tower did you well.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
So
you call it
yeah, you're getting
the Cape of the Dark Monk.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So, just make a note. Still check.
Which is nice because you switched out your leather armor that had a +5 stealth bonus for a different set of leather armor that had a better armor bonus.
Yeah.
So
You did.
your
lost.
let me just double check your numbers to make sure that they're where they should be. So what you should do over here is instead of 8, it should be 13 and get rid of the +10. Because it was 8 because it's normally +3, and then you had the +5 from your armor.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been using for the last couple of sessions since you switched out your armor.
Okay.
So it's, it's a, given that you were using the wrong number, it's gonna be 5 higher than it used to be.
I understand.
Now you're legit +5.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, but I don't know if you heard that I can catch myself on fire for 1 round now.
I did not actually, I misspoke when I explained the way that worked. No, this is better. This is better. When you spend 2 rounds of rage, you catch on fire.
Oh.
So it'll just last as long as you keep spending 2 rounds of rage on it every round.
All right.
So before I said that it lasted 1 minute, which would be 10 rounds, but you've got like almost 30 rounds of rage now. So this means it lasts longer.
Cool.
Just Human Torch. Wow. Ultra Torch.
He was on fire in the last game, but that was unrelated.
I think that was my fault. There was a lot of people.
No, that was all firewalls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's related to the fact that that's the power that the breastplate got.
Right, because he went through it.
I had to make an exit.
He was pretty much, I mean, with his big bushy beard, parts of him were on fire pretty much the entire fight. Not enough to do damage to him, but there were parts of him on fire the entire fight.
Like black.
But to make an aesthetic, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the breastplate of the Raging Inferno.
Sweet.
What's clicking?
Well, I'm very satisfied with the kid.
Okay, so now with that in mind, we still have the boots.
Yeah, I think you guys should roll for it.
Yeah, I think we roll for it. I'm satisfied with that.
Let's roll. What are we rolling?
D20.
Yeah, perfect.
Tower?
Tower.
No, the tower can be used between players.
Oh, that's true. That's unfair.
Ready?
Let's put them down, boys.
Are you in it?
Fuck.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
I got that 20, boy.
18. Damn it.
Yeah, Yanni, you were rolling in this?
Yeah, I figured why not?
There you go. Get it.
I don't even need them.
Grabbed it in between.
Yeah.
You guys are fighting over me.
Yoink.
Well, you guys
Uhtred, what are they worth to you?
Your life.
Well, Yanni just got a lot different.
Yeah, I'll just put them on then.
Yeah, Yanni doesn't even want anything to show his.
Fine. You know what? Let's just Yanni didn't roll. Jeez will Pete. I'll just go around with my 60, speed, whatever. I'll get there eventually. Wait.
So that'd be Uhtred.
Uhtred. Okay.
Uhtred Scott.
I mean, he's got to sleep, though. He's not with Ben.
What's my base speed now?
Sneaky boots. Your speed is now 40.
Perfect.
Here we are, not being able to catch up again.
Okay.
I'm slower when I'm flying.
Too fast. Really?
Well, yeah, when the mage hand is grabbing me.
Yeah.
I move 15.
I'm gonna call these boots speed boots.
Steve boots?
Speed.
Oh, I think it's Steve. I'm like.
Call them quickie boys.
Steve Schwartz boots.
Schwartz boots.
Schwartz.
No, call them Air Uhtred's. Air Uhtred's.
Okay.
Hoopy hoopy dunk dunk, Conan.
All right.
Uhtred.
For everybody's like communal knowledge, just giving everybody a heads up. Uhtred is the best equipped numerically money-wise right now.
He's stolen the crown from Murak.
Followed by Bort.
Oh, damn it. Get bored.
Followed by Yanni.
Damn it. So low.
Followed by Largo.
Rock.
No, do I have the most expensive single item though?
Then Dakuda.
God damn it.
Then Godric. Mirak is last.
Dude, they just tried to keep the dwarfs down. I was last.
How are you talking like that when you just got those boots?
No, now I'm at the top. You were once at the top.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I only sleep 2 hours a night. It's gonna start going missing. What's the most expensive item?
Yanni's necklace.
Ooh.
Let's kill him.
All right, so there's Tommy dough. We're gonna put that in the cell pot. The Miyagi dough.
What I've got in your cell pot right now is nobody is using it.
Yeah.
Is the Falchionyx, the Black Dragon scale armor, a headband of charisma +2. Or wait, no, that one's important.
It's it's that. There's a Tommy dough. The belt of +2 Dex and Con from Yanni, as well as his +2 wisdom.
No, there's a belt of +2 dex from Yanni.
Oh,
Just
just
he took the 2 dex and con.
Okay, got it.
There's the armored coat +3. There's a belt of strength and con +2. And there is a headband of wisdom +2.
So Dan, the Amulet of Mighty Fist is now the most expensive item in the whole group.
Yep. The acidic amulet of Mighty Fist +3.
So from now on, I'm gonna have my robes open just a bit, show some chest hair and my little amulet. Let everybody know I'm got that bling going.
Boy, damn, Yanni just got hot.
Very nice.
Yanni's starting to see a little chatter and changing his attitude a little bit about how he wants to look.
Hot girl summer for Yanni over here.
It's the summer of George.
Hot girl summer.
Drape yourself in velvet.
It was supposed to be the summer of George.
Well, I think that's the loot. Everybody's good?
Yeah.
You're salty?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have armor that makes me a human tank.
Okay. It's
I
important.
feel pretty good about how everything was split.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, there is probably, as far as Mirak would recognize that you're probably, I think you might be the only person in the group right now that does not have a +4 item to your primary stat.
Yeah, I don't.
So that would be a 6,000 gold piece upgrade, something that you might want to keep in mind.
Okay.
Merrick, I got some cheddar too.
Did we get paid from Jenkins again?
Because there was a deal about like finishing the war too.
Right.
I'd say we finished it.
Got that head. That's a fatality right there.
We realized that the head is just one of the heads of the Hydra,
Job.
and it's not even the biggest.
You might need to have a discussion about whether this was the end of the war or not, and make your case in that regard as far as because this there's an amount of none of you knew that the dragon was like an actual part of this. You guys accomplished the goal that you were setting out to do. This kind of moves the goalposts a little bit. So, but it is a discussion that you're going to need to have with Jenkins about whether you have fulfilled your end of the contract or not.
Largo wouldn't try to argue about it. Largo would understand that the goalposts have been moved and we haven't really, per the letter of the contract, we may have, quote, done our job, but at the end, the reason why we're here is because me and Bork were quite infatuated with the king, and we still want to get the fucking job done, and this isn't done.
We may need to renegotiate our contract.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I'm always down for more money, but at the same time, it's just like, we're not just here.
It's true.
We're in here just.
We got some FaceTime with the big cheese, real power,
Yeah.
the monarch.
Yeah.
We talked to him face to face.
Face to
He
face.
said my name.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He has spoken my name.
Uh-huh. So
I'm down to kill a dragon just with anyone, but also I'm a little upset that they've been coming after my boy Largo, and I could literally ditch this whole country to go fuck up everyone on that country.
Oh, well, yeah, if you would guard me, that would be great. And we need to, next order of business after taking care of this dragon is we have to go to Nokiri and clear this up because it's getting quite inconvenient.
Oh, we're gonna clear it up real quick.
I'm excited for that moment.
Just don't let him talk for you.
Bort gets it.
I think all we have to do is arrive at the gates and say, hey, stop. And they'll be like, oh, okay.
Or shoot 1,000 euros.
Yeah, I'm not getting that vibe.
you seem pretty persistent.
Yeah, but it's like, what's the best they got, really? How much money they willing to spend, you know what I mean?
It's true.
If only we had a diplomat in our midst that could maybe
Yeah,
talk his way out of it.
but
You're
then
looking at him.
Diplomat is the one that did it.
Yeah, diplomat screwed up the pooch a little bit on that one.
But short of a pit fiend, I think Largo's going to be okay.
I call my new butcher axe.
A hole opens up in the ground, flames.
I think we should talk to Jenkins. We should get, this buttoned up because the forces of Lun have been routed, dispelled. They're in chaos. The imminent threat of this standing army is no longer there.
Yeah.
So
Do next? Do you want to send your troops in to go push them back? Do you want to let them fight? Yeah, we need to talk to Jenkins.
So my thought there is I mean, I think Zahira was actually, leading the army. She was the face, right? Otherwise, killing her would have no impact on the forces. If the dragon was really the one running things, then, I mean, there should still be a big fight right now. Like, the orcs shouldn't disband, right?
They united under her banner, though. She was like the war boss, if I understand how
Yeah, they didn't know.
orcs, orc
So
armies form. She was sort of this strong man and created this,
So
this-
without the war chieftain, can the dragon form another army?
Can we turn the armies of Lun with us against the dragon?
Probably not. Seems like a tall order.
We do have an orc chief.
We did put a bunch of their heads on spears.
Yeah.
That would just make him respect us more.
I like that, Nakuda.
Okay, so what is the consensus as far as requesting that
Thank you.
Whether or not you guys completed the contract? Like, what is your consensus? What are you going to Jenkins with? Do you want the 5,000 payout now, or do you not? There is another consideration to make. If the contract's not over, you're still getting paid 50 gold pieces each per week.
Mirak's opinion is we kill the leader, their troops are leaving, the war is over. The dragon's a problem, but she's a non-state actor. That's just my character's position.
I understand.
Yeah, I would agree, and I would say the dragon's just a different problem.
Largo speaks with emotion, and therefore, he has trouble being like, it's not exactly over yet, but he does understand where you're coming from. He's fully all right with taking that as our position if it's the consensus. He's not going to die on this hill. He does want to get to Nokiri.
Okay. I'm just, right now, what I'm doing is, saying who's in the win column and who's in the not won yet column.
Yeah.
So we got Mirak and Yanni in the win column. Largo is in the not yet. Bort.
I think Bort's kind of in the not yet.
Okay. Dakota?
He's neutral because he's not interested in the war, but he is interested in the dragon and stuff going on, so that keeps him in the middle. He's, of course he is.
Uhtred, you guys win the war or not?
Just going off who Uhtred is as a character, he would want to kill the dragon, which is the most immediate threat, but he also wants to protect Largo, so I guess he's in the not yet one.
Okay. I would say that Goddard would probably be in the middle or the not yet, because you would also see the dragon as a massive threat and something that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
So that puts, you have 4 definitely, or you have 3 definitely in the not yet, and 2 definitely in the win.
Definitely.
So it seems like the consensus in the group is that you guys did not win the war yet. You're not going to ask Jenkins for the payout.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Well, can we get paid out now? And keep going?
No, yeah, I think reasonable.
It would be cool to ask for more.
I mean, that is an option. You
Right.
could negotiate a different contract to deal with the dragon.
I like that idea. I think we get some cheddar right now, so we deserve it, and then.
But I think
Keep
the
us
thing
open.
is, everyone is saying not yet as a sort of a moral position that you have not fulfilled the contract in protecting Senton from danger that is
Dakota would say-
presented by
No,
this.
not me. That's not what I'm saying at all.
On the grounds of what it was supposed to be, we should get paid that, but we're totally open to sticking around for more and more.
So that puts him in.
That's puts him in there.
Okay.
Okay, that moves Dakota to the win column. Okay, so now we are 3 and 3.
So, board, what do you think we need to do to win the war?
Wait. Uhtred, you said you wanted to clarify your position?
Yeah, my thing is not so much like I fulfilled this contract to Senton. My thing's like I want to kill a dragon. That would be dope. But I care more about Largo's well-being. So I like the immediate threat is what I would go after as a character.
Well, yeah, but the question is, do we get paid? Did we do our job?
Yeah, we did our job. We get paid.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's
so that moves
4v2.
Uhtred to the win column. So now we have 4 definite wins, 1 undecided where I would leave Godric, and 2 definite we did not wins. So now you guys are more on the let's get paid out.
Well, I'm willing to argue that point. I mean, if that's the consensus of the group, I'm willing to use my skills to argue that point.
And just to clarify, Yanni is not saying like let's not do anything about the dragon. He hands off. It's let's definitely handle that, but contractually, I think we met the demands.
Yeah,
We are
let's go
mercenaries.
talk to Jenkins and we'll start from the position of, hey, we think we've completed this contract and we'll see what he thinks.
I think I'll lead. I'll throw the head at the table.
I think that's a good idea.
We could not make it into a bomb.
The
Right under the table.
horn is acid. Do what you want with it.
So you guys go to see Jenkins, and Uhtred throws a mangled half-orc, half-dragon head on the table, missing a horn. I don't know if you throw the horn on as an afterthought. Jenkins says, oh. And now, Grant, remember, she was 7 feet tall. Like, this head probably weighs like 30, 40 pounds. It is a big head.
A big head.
She got a Gingrich.
And Jenkins is this must be a dwarven custom I'm not familiar with, but thank you, Uhtred. Is there something you need?
I'm gonna roll a diplomacy if I may.
He asked me before you.
Okay. I hold my 7. I will tell you the result of the die after my friend Largo's.
Okay.
My friend, whoever the fuck that is.
Uhtred, go ahead.
I would like my money.
What's your diplomacy?
That's definitely an intimidate check. Go ahead and roll an intimidate check there, Uhtred.
I didn't mean to intimidate him, but okay.
You threw a head at him.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I see where that's coming from.
A severed head.
He threw it with love.
Yeah, it was like, hey, where's my money? 7.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Yeah. I rolled a 7 on the die.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any points in? I don't know if you do.
Oh, I do actually. 15
15 total?
total.
Okay.
Largo's ready with a 31 diplomacy as soon as you let him off the leash.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's how you would.
So yeah, Jenkins kind of stutters and looks around the room and then kind of, heads to one of the chests in the tent and stops and says, I don't have it here.
Ooh.
And I figure at this point Largo's going to chime in.
All right, Largo turns back to Uhtred and says, Uhtred, inappropriate.
Or
And then-
puts an arm around it.
And then comes back to Jenkins.
Is Bort on his knees doing this? Because
Yeah.
otherwise he's like,
Yeah,
Okay,
he
Uhtred.
takes a knee like next to him, like a coach after like a youth football, like peewee football, and using my new headband of charisma, I just whisper sweet nothings to Uhtred. I'm really nice now.
Aw. Neutral instead of evil.
You did a great job, bud.
So I go, our dwarven friend, and I say our because I know he's a friend to you as well. I'm sure you know at this point, only has about 3 emotions. And he's coming hot off the track of a discussion that we just had about whether or not we fulfilled the contract as written. We have come to a consensus that we have fulfilled the contract as written. Please don't take us wrong. We wish to aid Sentin in the eradication of this dragon threat. So Uhtred is of single mind and is now concerned with closing the contract. However, we as a party are not of single mind and are willing to come to some negotiation about what we can be of, how we can be of service against this new threat. But in order to face that new threat, we will need to prepare ourselves. And the gold promised in the contract, which we have completed to the letter, will be instrumental in allowing us to do that.
Jenkins says, that is understandable, and your desire to continue on with dealing with the dragon after this situation is appreciated. I was hoping that the Roses would come to Sentin's aid in that as well. I have already spoken with King Menace regarding your payment. And given the situation with Yokai, or Juro, I don't remember what we were calling him these days.
Expensive for
He did grant me an offer to you guys, to the Roses. And he pulls a small piece of sort of like silk-like fabric out of a pouch on his belt, and he opens it up, and inside there is a gem about this big that radiates with iridescent light. And probably several of you recognize this immediately to be an actual diamond. Which this would probably be a 5,000 gold piece diamond.
That is just stunningly amazing.
So
if you want, if you agree to take this instead, which might be extremely beneficial to you, the king does not relinquish diamonds without sufficient cause and consideration.
there are controlled substance in this kingdom.
Well, we don't want just anyone resurrecting, but the Roses have earned an amount of respect and appreciation that the king is willing to allow you this one resurrection at your own discretion.
So
Normally, if someone wants diamonds to resurrect someone, then that entire process needs to be done at the capital in the presence of the king, so that he's just not giving 5,000 gold pieces of diamond to somebody and then resurrecting somebody that he did not approve.
yeah,
That could be Juro split, even though we don't use it fine.
I mean, Juro said he was fine.
Yeah.
so I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Well, you guys have not explained this whole Juro is fine thing
Yeah.
to
So-
Jenkins.
Largo interjected, and Jenkins basically made the offer of, hey, instead of $5,000 now, here's a diamond, and like we're good. That's the deal.
It's a 5,000 gold piece diamond.
And he's saying the contract is then fulfilled. Okay, I just want to make sure I get that.
We were each getting 5,000,
I'm
right?
we're each getting a diamond to resurrect ourselves.
No,
No.
it was
Yeah.
5,000 for the entire group. You were each getting 50 gold pieces a week. But that 5,000 was for the entire group at the end of the contract.
I think that's a great thing because we almost lost Godric last week in a permanent way. So I'm a healer. I'm gonna take 5,000 diamonds to resurrect myself.
He goes back to that case and he does pull out a bag that rattles and jingles with coin and places that on the table. And it is 40 platinum pieces. It says, it's not quite another week, but I didn't want to leave you insufficiently paid. So I'm paying you to the end of this week as well. If some of you would be willing to stick around until the end of this week and possibly make sure that there are no stragglers, I imagine some of these orcs might try to pillage and grab what they can on their way out. I could see the usefulness in some of you sticking around and helping, sort of
Port's still down on one knee by Uhtred and says,
herd the stragglers back towards one, so to speak.
Yeah, harass them.
"See, buddy, we're gonna go kill some more. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Calm down. Shh, 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 shh. There, big fella."
I think that headband's going to your head.
Are we agreed on the diamond, everyone?
I want money.
Do you want money or
That's
the,
what included us.
the confirmation that you will not die as long as Mirak is alive?
Dakuda wants money to buy magic stuff. That's his only interest. That's just my vote. I'll go with what's going on, but I would rather have money personally.
Largo appreciates Juro in that, like, Juro cares for Largo and has always been nice, and future talks with Juro are required.
Okay, so Dakuda wants money. Largo wants a diamond. Mirok wants a diamond.
I
Ort?
actually want the diamond.
Dude, it's a fucking diamond. And the king gave it to us.
Ort wants a diamond. Yanni, money or diamond?
Yanni is attempting to be a good monk and is indifferent.
Okay, Uhtred, money or diamond?
I'm done reviving the dead guy. I want paid.
Okay, so I see 3 diamonds and 2 money, and I'm pretty sure Godric would go for diamond.
Gotcha.
So four diamonds, 2 money, and 1 neutral. I assume you guys are going to take the democratic method on that one.
I'm gonna take that diamond.
I'm gonna roll diplomacy, my +1. No.
Listen here, mister.
Okay, so you guys accept the diamond instead of the 5,000 gold payout. You are also given 5 platinum pieces each.
Okay.
And there is an extra 5 platinum pieces there for Juro as well.
I take those because whenever he wakes up, I'll give him those. I'm gonna write down.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Jenkins now that like he's kind of made good transactions have been done, what his plan is for the retreating forces. What does he want? What does he see for the wrapping up this war on his end?
Well, it's at least a week's travel from here back to Lund. And that's in the best of circumstances. Whatever clans and whatever tribes are left are going to probably straggle back to Lund over the next month or so. And once some amount of calm has taken place over there, then we're going to want to send a diplomatic envoy to reestablish the terms of their existence on the edge of the Antolon Kingdom, the Antolon Empire, whether they want to join the Antolon Empire and exist under the rule of King Menace or maintain their own sort of minor autonomy, or if they want to vacate the lands entirely and live completely to their own designs, whatever, what have you. But I don't think it's going to be beneficial or fruitful for us to rush that process.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait for them to all sort of return to their homes, settle whatever minor disputes or differences between themselves, and then come in when their heads have cooled a little bit. I'm assuming about a month.
Okay, cool.
At a month at the moon.
Yeah.
Now, considering that it is a diplomatic mission, there are certain members of your group who are exceptional in those regards. There's also certain members of your group that carry a lot of weight and would cause the orcs to carefully consider our offer.
At Jenkins, to Jenkwink. That's what boy does.
That is something that I would appreciate your assistance in. And he turns to Dakuta and he's like, I don't understand this concept of half-dragon creation. I do want this dragon removed from Antolon lands and the border of my county. But I'm assuming that she can't just make these things overnight.
I would not think so.
Give me a knowledge arcana check.
20.
Natural
I
fire.
rolled a 20.
You figure that this process probably takes several months to create one half dragon. And that being said, we don't know how many she was in the process of making already. And while the half orc was pretty freaking imposing, the Dracodiles and the Dracolisks were also pretty nasty. And there were a bunch of giants who were more powerful than half orcs that were also in that. If she was to make a more powerful base half dragon than the half orc, that who knows?
What if she made a half dragon, half dragon?
Dakuta does it again, folks.
It's a whole dragon.
Dakuta's a
You've been hanging out with those hobbits?
Yeah.
Galaxy brain.
Well, he's just going by based on what you guys said, that her interest is in the experimentation and those experiments are extremely dangerous to everybody else. But obviously she is a half dragon, and that is also a concern. Her eradication would be, the ultimate goal, if not at least make sure that she can't make anything else.
Every half dragon she makes takes away from herself, yeah. With the dismemberment of her, I believe she was missing digits, right? The dragon.
Yeah.
So there has to be a limit to how many she can make. That is a finite number.
She'll make a bunch of half dragons and she'll be like getting along. Then we'll fight her.
She'll just be half of a dragon.
Well, you've seen one Dracodile, you've seen 3 Dracolisks, and you've seen 1 half dragon. So the total is 5. And you saw dozens of wounds, missing patches of skin, the different pieces of her, her eye missing, her fingers missing. There were chunks out of her wings missing. More than 5 pieces has been removed from her.
She's also probably quite old, right?
I mean, also the armor that Zahira is wearing was obviously made out of her. The sword that Zahira was using was obviously made out of her. It's hard to say. You have no idea how many more half dragons she's already made, how many she could be in the process of making, or how many more she could make down the line.
Yeah, she completely fucked this whole part of the island with just like 5 little parts of her body. Look up what is missing.
She's acid.
Uh-huh. She's acid.
Well,
She could flick me like a fly right now,
Mm-hmm.
and that concerned me.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, so we'll need to do some training and some possible gearing up.
I
Possible,
think
like
that
single use items and stuff like that.
Jenkins is making us an offer to hang out for a month and cleanup crew / diplomatic
I think it was right.
emissary.
Well, he does say, I don't think that the cleanup crew is going to be necessary for a full month. If we can just get the stragglers out and push them south, then that might take a week or 2. But I want all of the orcs that are going to return to Lund, sort out whatever they need to sort out amongst themselves, and come in with that diplomatic envoy once things are kind of at a dull roar over there. Because there's probably going to be an out and out fight as they try to decide who was the fault, who is at fault, why did they lose, who's going to be in charge at this point, all of that stuff. So it's going to be, he doesn't want to walk in while they're still infighting. He wants to walk in once that has calmed down. But clearing out the Gaetian fields, kind of making things safe and more secure to closer to what they were before this whole war started. It's pretty sure, especially with the help of a couple of you, a week, maybe 2. He's looking pretty heavily to Yanni for this. And at this point, where he does kind of talk to Yanni as though Yanni is not a member of the Roses, because Yanni is not a member of the Roses, and he was called in here specifically for this purpose. His contract is about to be pretty much fulfilled in that regard as well.
Can I make an intelligence check to remember that, think about that? Or do I just kind of? Okay, cool. 18 on the die, so 19.
A 10 would.
I walk up to Yanni and I kind of pull on his tunic.
Yes, Largo.
You have 10 gold?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Would you like to, I'm assuming at this point you'd like to
for a fact he just received 5 platinum.
we would like to invite you to join our group. And we require a deposit of 10 gold just in case you don't make it through the next mission so that we can pay for your funeral arrangements. We keep it in a deposit. We all have 10 gold on file. Can we have your 10 gold?
10 gold?
Do you want to be part of the Roses Are Red? We'd like you to be part of the Roses Are Red, Yanni. We think you're good.
I like how Largo unilateral decision without talking to anybody else first.
Largo, I'm worried that you are speaking for the whole group.
Join Largo in the last of his immortals.
I would just walk out and I hold up a heavily adamantine grieved hand, waiting for payment.
I blow Yanni a kiss from across the circle.
By now you've been rolling with us long enough. You're either with this or you're not into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go for it.
Let's see. I think let me look at my money. I get my pouch out because I never even think about money. Right? I'm a good little monk. And I count how many of us are in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there 5?
Yeah,
And then-
I think everyone is there except for Ravender is there.
Okay. So I would just give each of you one of my platinum coins.
Good lord.
This payment, that will work.
And I look at Largo and I said, will this do?
You'll have a grand funeral.
Yeah, and then I hand mine to you, and I go, this will be the payment for the roses. And then I give you a knowing look because you are aware that I have like 4,500 pieces of gold.
Thank
My
you.
handicapper say.
Yeah, because initially you were like treasurer for a long time.
I was treasurer, but also I sold a bunch of shit and requested money from the party to open up a like school of magic learning for kids who can't read good.
Yeah.
And then you needed a fraction of that amount to help me open up an orphanage in your town. So I still am sitting on a fucking mother load.
Don't you want to start a business where we text us?
There's a brain trust.
All right.
My paper's correct as well. I have 1,197.
What the fuck? I'm so poor.
Me too. How am I so poor?
Bort bites the platinum piece like, "Meh," like the old timey pirate guy.
Because I went into
Real, see?
You're assuming
Hey, Dan, I'm assuming I need to, I guess, let the Steel Citadel know I'm not coming back.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that with a missive or what have you.
Could Bort's buddy go back and get the climate of that month? I'll just throw that out there.
Gerald?
buddy.
Dude, Gerald's rolling with me, dude. We're attached at the hip. He's my boy.
Bort's taking leadership.
It's like he's like when like Floyd Mayweather hits the ring, like that guy that's just like next to him, just like fucking.
He's my flavor Flav. I'm the Chucky, he's the flavor Flav.
Cool.
There's also, if he goes back to Lund as the only representative of the Render tribe, that he might just get killed.
That's true.
There is going to be a power struggle that happens.
There's real tribes. Tribes, yeah.
We are legitimate tribes of Europa. Also a good single season Netflix thing, but then COVID ruined it. They couldn't film anymore, and now who knows if there's going to be another season.
What?
Tribes of Europa.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So, who is sticking around to help clean up, and who is doing anything else? All right. So let's. Who is sticking around to clean up and not doing something else? Bort, Yanni, Uhtred, the casters might have other plans.
I need to go get those baubles. That's a very fucking good idea. And that's exactly what Largo's going to do.
Okay. Also, something that happens pretty much right away is Talarin approaches you and says, if the war is over, then the retinue needs to return to Solomon. Would you like me and Lieutenant Solera to stay with you? You are still Vavasaur until I am notified otherwise, and you are afforded an attendant with that position.
I rolled a 13 on the die, so very high diplomacy. So what is that, 37? And I ask him, like, I try to like make him understand that I'm asking this, like, it is, and I don't care about the answer. I ask him if they want to, or do they want to go back to Solomon? I'm essentially saying, do you like me?
Do you speak Elven?
I do not. I speak Common, Gnome, Sylvan, and Orcish.
Okay. So he turns to Lieutenant Solera and he speaks with her in Elven for maybe 30 seconds or so, turns back and says, our skills will not be tested in Solomon as they will be in whatever endeavors you choose to do next. while it might not be the smartest choice for us, it's probably more suited to our skill set to follow you and try to aid you in whatever you do next.
Dude, I'm gonna need some character sheets.
I mean, you have a little bit of a back and forth with them. You realize that Talaran is probably around level 3 or 4. And Lieutenant Slayer is probably about 2.
Yeah.
You know that taking them into dangerous things is going to be an absolute death sentence. But there's, like traveling, delivering messages for you, doing stuff that you don't necessarily want to send like some commoner to do.
Yeah.
Like they can make it from Pentarose to Kyla by themselves, or from Pentarose to Solomon or whatever. They can make it across open land safely.
Perfect. I asked them to go to Senton and purchase for me a bauble of.
Okay. You know there's only one magic item shop that exists as far as you understand.
Pentarose. So I send them to Pentarose and say, because we're going to be here for months. I send them to Pentarose.
Well, you have a teleporter.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give them silver discs. Or should I? Should
They
I
don't
give
need
them
to. I
silver
can.
discs?
If he's not teleporting the entire crew,
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
teleport.
I asked
you
them
can
to
teleport
go.
like 4.
I would be interested in going anyway.
Well, let's all go. Okay, cool. And I say, and
Then Talaran does say, then I'm going to return with the retinue, explain to the prince and princess that this is what we request to do. He might veto it, but I'm fairly certain that, as a member of his house now, you do deserve attendance.
Yep.
And he won't argue. There's also some of the wounded. I want to make sure that they get there fine. I also wanted to let you know that your friend Rosie asked to return with us. There's some treatments in Solomon that might help her.
Yeah. Do you need anything monetarily for the journey? Do you need anything monetarily for the families of the wounded?
The families of the wounded are going to need money, yes. But it's not incumbent upon you to do that.
Oh, I'm going to do it. How many wounded are there?
There was like somewhere between 10 and 15 where they were like dismembered.
Okay. I give him 650 gold pieces.
Okay.
And I say, divide this amongst the families of the wounded. And then I look at him and Lieutenant Solera and I say, anything that you need, please just ask. Travel safely.
Give me a sense motive check.
Okay.
You fool.
12.
12. Okay.
Do I see anything at all?
They seem very respectful and very, appreciative. And they, take the money and say, we will, by the time we go to Senton and come back, or by the time we go to Solomon and come back, do you want us to return to Senton or do you want us to return to Penarose?
The Penarosy thing, me and Dakuta are just going to handle that. So concern yourself.
We will return to Senton and we will wait at one of the taverns there for
at some point for my return. Totally.
How long is their travel?
From here to Solomon, probably gonna be a little over a week with the wounded.
If they want to wait a couple days, I could take the wounded teleport wise, so they don't have to go through the rigors of the whole travel.
It's very.
If you want to take the wounded, then
that
would make things significantly easier.
Right. I could take up to 12 a day.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that one day you can get everybody. Well, you can take 12, or you can take 12 including yourself several times.
Yeah. Well, I can take
How many
myself.
can you take?
I can take myself plus 3
Okay, so you can,
without any extra.
so
And I can do
12
that.
would be 9.
Well, I can do that 4 times, 5 times a day.
5 times a day, so 12.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll say that
So
12
over
is
a
enough
couple-
to get it.
I'm just saying over a couple days because we are going to use teleport, and
Okay.
so I'm saying over a couple days it'd be a lot better than.
All right. Yeah. No, they accept that offer, but they still need to go back and talk to Masonway, and they want to, since they are some of the higher ranking members of that crew, they want to move as a unit. But the wounded moving via teleport is definitely appreciated. Okay, so that covers that. Is there anything now, Mirok? What if you're not helping with the cleanup? What's Mirok's?
I would heal wounded. I would seal up and fortify Juro's mausoleum because I don't know when we're gonna come back and fix that.
Okay.
Maybe inscribe some like, this is what happened. This was the battle that happened here.
Fucking war.
Yeah. Oh, does that have runes on it? Let me just put all.
What's Mirok doing? He's out there telling stories.
Telling stories in the stones. And then I would
What's
probably.
Mirok doing? He's talking to that rock over there for the last like 3 days.
Yeah, so I would do that, and then I would probably stick tight with Jenkins and wait for his direction.
Okay. All right. I mean, is there any? Okay.
Besides the teleporting and whatever we end up doing, wherever it is I do it, I'm going to be inspecting closely the sword and the armor and the head.
Okay.
And I'm scared of the sword a little bit, so I'm going to use my smarts and tell me whatever it is I could do to protect myself while I'm checking it.
Okay. So you do get there's a sort of direct connection between the sword and the dragon. You're probably thinking that you want to make a case for this sword that has a lead lining that will sort of protect from some different, divination spells. So you're going to want to probably get some lead, make a fabricate spell to make a lining on the interior of a box that can hold that sword, and do that. But I mean, aside from that, I mean, the function of the sword is pretty straightforward as far as the bonus attached to it. That's got the greater vampiric effect, and it's got the conductive effect.
I'm interested in what is the main will or purpose. You said it doesn't have necessarily an intelligence, but it's got a purpose.
How would you try to go about discovering that?
Is there a spell that I would know I could use that even if I don't have, I could Paragon Surge to get?
Give me a knowledge or con check.
11, which is 33.
Some different divination spells, since you know that this sword has some sort of a will to it, maybe detect thoughts or something of that nature. You don't imagine that speak with the dead would work, even though it's like a piece of a body, but it doesn't have a mouth or anything. But you're just like you're working through ideas on what might be viable here.
Will you be able? I don't know about the hazards involved in scrying a dragon.
Right. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that, but I'll probably consider. That's obviously a definitely since it's from the dragon. I would probably attempt that at some point. Also, this very night. Let me see. Did I already use Paragon Surge? I guess it'd be the next day. So this is just kind of off the side, but I want to do this as soon as possible after this big battle. So it'd be the next day. At some point, I'm going to Paragon Surge and detect scrying, which lasts for 24 hours. I just want to see if I get any blips.
Okay.
I do have obscure object if you need it. We've probably talked about this, but if you make that lead box or whatever, if you want me to just like obscure even that, it lasts for 8 hours a day. So I just cast it in the morning.
You just check and see if there's any other.
Do what? There could be people on their trade. Like illusions for their hop for their birds and everything.
Fingers. God. I'm gonna get some light healing potion. I'll go back to that so that I can heal blood. We'll try.
I like that. Like the side thing.
You know, you two can't whisper anymore.
That's what we do. Fabrication business. I'm training superheroes.
There's not enough time in the day.
I'm just over here just like.
There's also a third level detect desire spell, which you feel might be more, you might not get thoughts off of this thing because it says to have a will but not necessarily intention. It seems to have a will but not necessarily intelligence. But it might have intention and desires might, detecting desires might be better.
Yeah.
This sword's a talon.
It was.
Okay.
From Z-Black.
This is how I imagine.
Sword was a talon, the armor was scales.
And then there's a fifth level divination spell called the telepathic bond. You might actually be able to bond yourself telepathically with it. That might be extremely dangerous.
I would not do that. Plus, I can't paragon search 5th level.
What was the?
Or is it?
I think I was saying that you need a spellcraft check to make it happen. Like there would be a DC for each spell level above 4.
Oh, okay.
Just to say you don't necessarily succeed every time.
Okay, gotcha.
I was just checking to make sure legend lore wasn't something you could do yet. I think that's a 6th or so.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is legend lore, but I didn't realize it.
But yeah, I think you're probably thinking detect desires would be the most
detect
appropriate.
desires. I would not attach my brain to this thing. Matter of fact, I would do everything I can to put it in a mat, like protection from evil or something, circle or keep any enchantment away from me.
Okay.
When I'm doing so.
Okay.
So I would do that to the sword. The armor, I would just kind of check over and see what I could find. The head, if there was some way I could inspect how maybe it was put together, or even if there's some way to, we could speak to death with the head, right? No?
I don't think he knows that spell.
No,
you could get that spell if you wanted it.
Yeah. I thought about the hand spell that.
Not like it would tell us what we wanted.
I think it's yes or no questions.
And I would be strongly considering scrying the dragon, but one, I want to believe that it would work, and two, I'm still kind of worried because it would probably no. But I might try so. But if I did so, I would do so with somebody with me. Hold my hand.
I would hold your hand.
Okay.
In fact, I want to hold your hand.
You're gonna hold your friend's hand while touch the chest.
So you're also fairly certain that if the sword is in the case surrounded by lead,
Right.
that whatever its will would not be able to impose beyond itself. Aside from that, being that it's a weapon, your immediate assumption is that it's not going to try to impose its will unless you wield it.
Okay.
So even without the lead, if you were just like carrying it wrapped up in leather or something, there's a way these things work. And usually you consider this almost like some type of a curse, and cursed items usually don't enact themselves until you have used them.
I'm just saying I would be overcautious.
But yeah, as far as the head goes,
Wait, before I go there, what was the desire or purpose or will I got out of that?
okay. You cast Detect Desire on it, and kind of, let's just See if there's any specific wording to that spell.
And everything I find, I'm passing on directly. I'm not much of a conversational, so I would just talk about this kind of stuff.
We're gonna be traveling companions here in a little bit, walking to Kalura's trinkets, and be like, and then I figured out that this sword, get this, has a will. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm just like looking fabulous, my fez on, just like walking a little bit ahead of you, be like,
So, yeah, you only get some very basic, but strong sense of desire from the sword. It wants superiority. It wants completion. It wants to be used.
Completion. I investigate that a little further. Completions that have a goal,
Apparently, it does.
but I don't know what it is. Okay, Ted.
maybe it was to win. Largo pipes up. Maybe it was to win that war. Yes, don't tell it. Don't worry about that.
Here's the match.
Are you taking the extraneous magic items with you that you're not using? Stuff that you might want to sell off.
Okay.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should take
that shit, yeah.
We can negotiate. Yeah, we'll take all that shit with us.
Is there any other part of this that you want me to play for you guys? So coming up with these things.
What things?
Yes.
You have a huge pile of magic items that nobody can use. We're gonna go to the store and buy magic items.
Well,
Let's go.
Largo has 4,000 gold. He's just like, I just need these 2 things. Let's go.
What if I'm cleanup duty? I'm not even.
So I thought you were doing the head.
So you are taking.
Oh, the head. Give me a heal check.
12.
12. I mean, you don't know a lot about dragon physiology. You know a lot about dragon, behavior and functionality. But like taking one apart, skin, the bones, stuff like that, you're not really getting a strong like this is dragon, this is half work.
Right. Between the head and the armor, am I getting any necromancy? Dings.
Well, no. You-
Okay.
Strong necromancy from the sword, but you get that from the greater vampiric.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Was there anything, Uhtred, that you wanted to add here?
No, Uhtred would normally want his gold from the loot, but from hearing that he is he feels like he's been compensated enough right now. So if Mirok needs to buy things or whatever, because he is his dwarven brother, he would be fine with that completely.
Okay.
But normally he would want some money.
Wait, does Mirok need money?
Don't need the chat.
Very much.
He never needs it. He always wants it.
Mirok, are you in need of gold?
I'm always in need gold, man. I run a small town. But we can sort that out.
Have a tavern.
I know that in your monkish ways you have no attachments.
Except for those boots, apparently.
Yeah, except for those boots. That came out of
You
nowhere.
snagged those up.
I tried.
He gave him back.
Speedy boy.
I wanted to just, see how fast I could go.
All right, so it's just Largo and Dakuta heading to Penteros, and this is on like the 3rd day or so.
Does anyone else want to come?
No. Did I get anything from that second night? The text crying for 24 hours? Okay.
Gotta work on my stone, man.
Just wondered if they were looking in on this.
Just gonna check out board real quick. Okay, sorry.
This is all said and done.
Like, look at how the roses are red. It's going wrong. I mean, do you? I speak. What day is it?
Boy in the street.
Is it the 60th of Innenbaum, or is it the 59th?
I was gonna say, just skip my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got to. I mean, we've got to celebrate this, even if we need to go back.
Okay.
That was the 8th of Innenbaum.
The day of the fight was the 54th.
Okay.
So if we're saying that like 2 or 3 days later you go to Penrose, it's the 57th.
It's the 57th. Okay, cool. I am picking up party supplies.
We have to go to Houndston to party.
2 days.
We'll party at camp.
Yeah, we'll party at camp.
We'll party at camp.
Yeah, it's like a boys' weekend out. You know, you go camping with your buddies.
Stag. Largo's getting hitched.
Meat farm.
Okay.
To a hawk.
So, wait, are you doing this after or before you move all of the wounded?
We could probably split. See, so that would take 2. I would take the most. Let's see. So
I'd say it'd probably take you 2 days to get all the wounded.
all right. Wounded. Yeah, so I could do 12 a day. I think we could still squeeze it in there.
Okay.
Every day.
Third day.
Well, I mean, if there's nothing else you're doing with 5th level spells in the first 2 days, right?
Right.
So you're just doing that on the first 2 days, and the third day you're going to
Sure.
Penrose? Okay. Just want to, because I'm going to record all this on the timeline, I want to make sure I know when things are happening. Okay, so on the 57th, 2 days before Mirok's birthday, 3 days before Largo's birthday, you return to Penrose. Well, this being the case, Uhtred, Bort, are there any things because there are interests in Penrose that you both have that maybe you want checked in on. And tell them real quick, I'll be right back.
I've got enough room that both of you could still come. So I can do 1 + 3. 1, 2, 3. It's up to you.
Gotta work on my rock. Yeah.
I'm sure my daughter's in Penrose, but
That's a good question. Do we want to go?
Yeah, I would love for y'all to come.
Okay. I was thinking, well, we've got plenty of time. This is still this week, right? This is this first week.
yeah, are we like bopping in and out?
Mm-hmm. We would teleport to Penrose with Takuda and Largo. I mean, the only reason I don't need any things, but maybe checking in on Houndson's and getting this scoop of, all the gossip that's been gone, if there's any developments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's not. You don't have to use a platinum piece or anything. It's just good to go.
Gratis.
Go on,
Yeah.
help
You
me
can
pick
just
up
go to
party
drink
supplies.
and party.
Yeah, we can start partying for the birthday early.
I am gonna Leslie note you.
In our family, we
Yeah,
have
no,
birthday
that
weeks.
sounds like American celebrate birthday. No, his birth is a traumatizing thing. It was a shameful event.
Oh,
I'm checking on Lil and Zero.
Moon was
No, he's gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, no one knows that. Okay.
They're basically running the joint.
Not gonna sit you down with a war movie.
True.
Not gonna sit you down with the dirty dino bottle of alcohol.
I was thinking like,
But are we like in and out type thing? Because that's what.
I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
what I told you.
yeah, we're in and out. We're not like hanging around carousing too hard. We got a birthday party to throw in.
We're in and out. I would worry about you guys the most.
That's why I'm kind of like, maybe I shouldn't go. The only reason I want to go is to get information from the urchins.
I mean, that is true.
And to check on the bar.
Yeah, I just want to go like get kind of drunk and then come back. I got a whole cask of ale I need to fill back up.
This is mine.
You might fill it up. Yeah, I'm kind of.
No, I don't think you'd think of it.
And we can get paid.
Be aware that you would do that.
We see. I'm debating. It's like, okay, if we go on this thing, we want to. You guys, this is low key on the deal. You're trying to get in, get your shit, get out, and I'm just not trying to get embroiled in a incident in Townsend's. I would want to go just to like get the info from the urchins, but.
I mean, your trip is probably not going to be more than like an hour or so.
Yeah. All right. Because I'm
Unless-
just trying to
unless
get
it's
the cat
something
down
you
with
guys
the
think that I'm not thinking.
It goes down.
But given what you outlined to me, that seems to be just like going there.
Now, I don't know any of y'all's attention. I'm just saying, we're going. I've got room for 2 more. If anybody wants to go, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I do imagine that Uhtred might want to check on his business and Worf might want to check on his business.
Business.
Business. Business.
It's business.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go.
Teleportation.
Glad we got that sorted out. Let's do it.
Cool.
Do we snap our fingers? Rubber, pat our head, rubber.
I say for this to work, you have to dance.
Well,
You have to what?
Dance.
Oh,
Go
Uhtred
around.
can dance.
Ward starts doing the
The heel dwarf, he can dance.
Let's see it.
He starts with the shoulders every night.
soft shoeing around in those new fancy boots.
Oh yeah, he was a heel dwarf. They had to dance.
They had to dance. It's a known thing.
Right. So where are you teleporting to in Penrose?
Right in front of the first trinkets.
I would think so.
Okay, give me a teleport roll.
What is that? Is it-
It's a D10 or a D100.
Oh, yeah. 23.
I think you're okay.
Do you have another one you can use in the next 2 days?
Hmm?
Can I ask you a huge favor? Crossing Largo to, okay, cool. I'll deploy this.
I'm easy.
Just going along for the ride, man.
It's just, yeah, it's a little far more from Nebraska in the big city.
That would be Bartham's.
Do we want to be, I probably said it before, do we want to be more discreet or bam right there in front?
Well, maybe like an alley.
Bam, right there.
Or just bam. Yeah, I think pretty much everyone in that city knows who the fuck we are. Yeah. Yeah. That makes probably best.
I'm all about
Okay.
it. My teleport.
How many
sounds like
times have
bam.
you? How many times have you been to Talora's Terrific Trinkets?
I would think I'd have been there. All right.
Yeah.
I don't recall you ever going there. I mean, you were in Penrose for a little while. I imagine you probably checked it out once, but
Go to Houndson's. Teleport in the back room.
I don't know.
We go to Houndson's.
The location, the destination has been chosen.
Yeah, okay.
The teleport spell has been cast.
Oh,
That's cool.
shit. Too late.
I describe it really well to you.
Roll another D%.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
And
dear.
end up in a wall.
We're all dead.
You said 23, right? Was the first one?
51.
You've got a half-orc dick now.
51. In my ear. You cast teleport. You disappear from the set in line. You're in a forest somewhere.
Sorry, guys.
So you're
rusty.
off target. You made it halfway there.
Oh, fuck it, Doc.
That's great.
Well, this does us no good.
Well, at least we're here.
I
I-
have 3 more
Okay.
teleports.
So, yeah, I'm up for you.
It's like, God damn it, guys, all right, one more time. What does the fucking storefront look like again? It's like I don't know what the word is, neon, maybe? A sign.
You do know, and you have studied carefully the Cordesia estate. You slept there. You stayed there. You know that place.
You know, I think we'll just go with something I know.
Okay.
And they will walk. So much for entrance.
We're just gonna we're gonna go in there in bergs, just like
we have to walk.
All right,
We're such
Cordesi, here we go.
Okay. Roll percentile.
66.
You arrive wherever you want in the Cordesi estate.
Cool.
Or in front of the Cordesi estate or whatever. You arrive at the Cordesi estate.
Okay. We're in my bedroom.
Did you get the head with you?
Hopefully not. Oh yeah, well, Greg didn't bring it.
That did it.
Yeah.
Next
Well,
time.
that's what did Uhtred go?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uhtred, did you bring the head?
Roll something.
I threw it. If we said we were going back to Cordesi State, I would probably pick it up for the Witch King. But I have to know we're going there, I guess, is how I would play it.
Well, you know we're going to Penrose. We failed to get to Tellura's terrific trinkets.
All right, so yeah, I pick up the head for the Witch King.
No.
Well, the Blood Witch is what I actually refer to him as, but
Which
Okay.
King's a different guy.
Yeah, Brick is downstairs doing something, and he's very interested in the head. You present it to him. He asks if there's anything specific you want.
yeah, I'm gonna throw it back a little
Oh
bit.
shit! Your mic's cut. You're muted.
I can't hear you yet.
That doesn't smell.
Yeah.
So in my note that Uhtred gives head to Brick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Accurate. No further clarification needed.
you got
Did the microphone pick that up?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So I would ask if this head is. Remember, I gave him the Medusa head, and I would just.
Well, I can't do it in my bathroom.
Well, not Medusa, I guess, but I gave him a head a while back because I have it written down.
You had a while back.
I don't remember. Maybe I don't remember.
No, anyway, it's just, I would just ask for the value, what value or what worth this head could bring me or my weapons, basically.
They're just on the open market.
He said, "Well, let me spend some time with her, and I'll let you know."
Thank you.
Okay, so
We'll be here for an hour.
he calls up after you as you go up the stairs. I'm going to need longer than an hour.
You have an hour 20. No, I'm just.
All right, so you're heading to Houndson's? Is there anything else that Uhtred is doing here?
I think it's mine cut out again.
In the house? No, I can't think of anything. Going to Hounds to check on the business.
Or yeah.
Okay.
Uhtred and I are there together.
All right, you go to Houndson's, and business is booming. The place is packed. There are a couple of bar wenches that you don't recognize, but Ileana sees you as you come in. She comes up to greet you, and Uhtred, that didn't know you were on your way back. Sit down. Let me get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. What do you want?
Excellent. I will have a cask of ale and then 4 pitchers for my crew. Which is that Bort and I at this point?
It's just Bort because the other 2 are going someplace else.
Yes. 4 pitchers of ale for me and my crew.
They might join us.
And Bort does not enter with Uhtred. Uhtred is going to the front line because of the Darius man. Bort has used his new, even sneakier self. I'm going around the back and doing the secret knock that I have. So Uhtred's going in Soldolo.
He says, with all my friends,
Okay.
there's nobody there.
Okay. I will have a cask of ale and 2 pints for myself.
Just to start off, 2 pints, and I'll get to the cask in a second.
I will have 4 kebabs.
On the shoulder and says, "Starting off slow today. I understand." And she says, "Right away. Is there anything you wanted to eat? Do you want some
4
food?"
kebabs. And then how have you and is Zira still here?
So what?
Is Zira still or was that her name?
Yeah,
Zira?
she's cooking. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'll just be here enjoying myself. No trouble from me.
That's not true.
She kind of gives a deep sigh and says, "I appreciate that, Uhtred. I really do."
It's your bar.
But yeah, you look around and you know, like that, the sort of seedy nature, like the people missing a bunch of teeth and the guys who just like, looks like they just came off a day as manual labor at like 10 o'clock in the morning for some reason. That was the people that you saw in this bar. But now you see, adults, children, anything running the gamut of the Penteros citizenry are here. And there's not an empty seat in the house right now. There are even people kind of standing and milling about around the bar. Some of them have like a plate of food that they're eating off of, but it's extremely busy here.
Excellent. And just because I can, do I detect any undead in my bar?
and he's gonna be trouble.
I would like to rage and spend 2 points to blow on fire. Leon, look what I can do.
You're like, that's great.
No, there are no undead in your bar right now.
Excellent. All right, Bort, on to you.
I just imagine how.
All right, Bort, you go around the back, and who are you expecting to answer the door? Did you hire anybody to work here?
Teak and I arrange something?
I don't remember anything specific.
What's your secret knock sound like?
What song is that?
Strong.
Okay, well, you knock, nobody answers. After a little bit, I mean, there's probably not a door in this city that can stop you.
Mm-hmm. I just opened the door.
You're like, thank you.
There is a lock to pick, or you could just use the key that I'm sure you've got.
Yeah. Our bar. I use the key.
Yeah, you go inside. You take a look around, and there's nobody here. The little bit of inventory you did have to like move on the black market, not here. And it's just the storeroom in the back of the Beef and Beer, or the Hounds, in back of Houndson's right now.
Reasonable. I take a look upstairs.
Okay. Upstairs is the lodging for the barmaids.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're all working.
From what I understand, you spoke with the vicar about setting up like a black market operation out of the back of the building. You stored some stuff there. You let Teak know about it, but there was no like, we're gonna get a guy. We're gonna do a thing.
Before we could arrange any of that, we immediately took off on a campaign of war. I leave a shiny gold coin under the pillow of every barmaid's room. Because now I'm charismatic. And that's what a gentleman does. So how many barmaids
Sneaks into a woman's room and sneaks up in her
a
bag.
shiny gold coin under your pillow? 5? How many employees do we have now?
Let's see, how many employees? does the beef and beer have right now? We'll actually have numbers on this.
Had to, for sure.
Class act.
Carnival cruise.
Full Bill Swan on their bed.
I'll take out a container, all the kebabs, got a little foils.
And then just like a child would write, love Bort.
Love Bort.
It's like, oh.
Scratch it. Fucking dagger.
Okay.
I'm charismatic now.
You got Ileana as a manager, Zira as a chef, a sub cook for her, working under her, 2 bartenders, and when you started this, there were 5 waitresses, and it looks like there's at least 3 more now.
So 13 total.
The lodgings are full then.
Yep, 13.
Vigorous note. So, like muscle memory now.
Excellent.
Okay,
Okay, so
Better than my job, like, did you do mine?
minus 13 gold coins. I amble back downstairs. I guess I assume there's 2 staircases. We're up to fire code with the vicar, right?
Oh, I'm assuming that since you were like doing this all sneakily, you just like climbed the outside of the building and got in through one of the windows.
It's fine, I own it.
It's true. It's mine. I head down the front stairs into the bar and stop being sneaky and just walk over to Drake's table.
Seems sitting in the darkness.
Sort of doing that thing where, like you walk in, it's like it's an establishing shot of like a frat party or something, and the things happening around it, and somebody's like holds out their hand and somebody puts a beer in it like that. It's like, hold out my thing, get a tankard of ale.
Well, Uhtred is sitting at the bar, as I said. There's not an empty seat in the house, and it's like Ileana did kind of like get rid of somebody to give him a seat. So, I mean, yeah, you could go to the bar and that will happen. But he does not have a table in the corner or something.
It's good. I just walk up to Uhtred and holding a thing, and Uhtred's got a plate of kebabs in front of him. Just pick up a kebab and eat
Yeah.
it.
Get in here now.
Kebab.
Here. Should be with Terry.
Uhtred. Oh shit! Sorry. Uhtred would now, tell Ileana, I would like to see the books be paid for. I would like to take home the bank, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my
Yeah.
cut?
Yeah. So, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
We can get to your guy.
I don't know why this thing doesn't work.
One track mind. He wants cash in hand. He's paid for it. Well,
I want beer. I want kebab. I want my money.
reasonable. Bort, Ileana is behind the bar serving. Bort says to Ileana, "How is everything?"
I did that.
Okay.
Then I jumped to the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Business is good. We had some issues with some people coming in and trying to extort money from us. But one of your companions, a skinny fellow with a mustache, he's been coming by and just having dinner here every night, and they showed up and and he threw them out of the building with his mustache.
Reasonable.
Oh, great.
He's leveling up.
So, and she turns to Uhtred and she's like, I assume it's okay. He's been eating here for free since then. But basically he's here almost every night and we haven't had that problem. Now, other bars have had that problem. And that's probably one of the reasons why we're doing so well right now.
Was he decent? And I gesture to my clothing.
He was very well dressed.
Love to hear it.
Good. That's pretty beer.
Yes,
Did he have?
Like you guys have seen Brick, like in the basement, yeah, it's like a loincloth and blood up to his elbows. But when he goes out on the town, it's very nicely put together,
That's
very clean,
horrifying.
very trimmed.
Ilya,
He's hunting people.
I appreciate your initiative and your business acumen. Your instincts were correct. Our compatriot eats on the house, and
He was paying. We didn't really even know that he was one of your friends. He was paying until that happened, and then we talked to him a little bit, and he told us that he lived with you guys. Like, oh, okay.
a witch after my own heart. Impeccable manners. Now that I'm
Eliana, he is a great man, but it comes down to
the finer, the manners of a scholar such as Brick. It's fun being charismatic.
Eliana, I appreciate what you told us. But what is the bottom dollar that we have made at the bar?
Like leaning with the headband, like,
Is it glowing?
Well, again, bang up job here. Again, great initiative. Thanks for hiring the staff. It looks like this has really become a community, a bedrock of the community, a cornerstone of what neighborhood are we in?
This is. I want to say this is in the Briar Patch, but it might be some places.
Now, help me remember, but was Marcus exiled from town or just the bar?
He was in prison.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
He's been hoodwinking, yeah. We can learn about it.
Sure. It's a long, slow, a little Richard Ramirez kind of route.
Yeah.
This is your box.
There you go.
Try to shit. First of all,
You probably should have many.
Yeah, this is in the Briar Patch.
Okay.
Sorcerer thing.
Again, great job. I can't say enough good things about how you've been managing the place. We've been on campaign. We'll be out for a while, but we will be coming, checking back in periodically. There's, a little something extra for you.
So this is a map of the city, basically. The Cordesia estate is up there.
Mm-hmm.
And the beef and beer is on this road here. It's not on the main road in, but it's pretty close. And yeah, council's over here.
That's great.
You put on the camera for Richard.
Uhtred, what was that now? Uhtred, what are we saying?
I was just asking him to show you the map of where the bar is in the city.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so sorry it's not very clear.
It's all right.
The main gate is here. The Houndsons is on this road here, just off of the main street. And the Cordesia estate is up here.
Oh, cool.
And Talora's Terrific Trinkets is somewhere in this vicinity here.
Perfect.
Kebab
Yeah.
kind of in my teeth and a beer in one hand and my arm around my friend Uhtred. I sort of, with a mouthful of shawarma, say, look at that. 2 charismatic local boys make good. Just having kebabs at our legal business. Do you think we could put in a fountain?
And additionally, Erica's Emporium is over there, which coincidentally or incidentally is where you have always gone to pick up reports from Teak.
It's true.
I think, where you at? Because I'm just telling her, great job. I'm glad has Marcus tried to escape from jail? Have you heard anything on Marcus? Guy's a scumbag. Give me some money so we can pay you and pay the rest of the crew and see how everything's going.
Hopefully she's been paying everyone.
She's been paying everybody. She's got incredible business acumen. They're making money. We're gonna Uhtred, take a little profit, but don't we got a good thing going here. Don't fuck this up.
She loves me.
I clap Uhtred on the back and I say, "Get drunk, buddy," and I sneak out the back.
I ordered 2 more ales.
Sneak out the back and I head over to the Emporium to pick up the hot goss from the Ragamuffins.
Okay. Yeah, but we got to figure out what we got paid too. So don't leave until you know the numbers, because I'm getting drunk.
You're getting drunk, dude. Don't worry. Ileana's got it well in hand. We're gonna get our money. You're gonna get your money. It's all gonna pay for itself.
Well, I have a daughter that I kind of want to see one day.
You keep saying that.
Send her money.
Bort left 15 minutes ago. He's at the bar getting hammered, talking to Bort, who's no longer there.
Yeah, yes. I am just talking to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just checking the calendar here real quick.
Fatty will always have other pieces.
I'm good.
All right, well.
Wait, Mackie, is she?
So, basically for doing absolutely nothing.
Yes.
You are making 3 gold a week.
Excellent.
It has been about 15 weeks since you bought the beef and beer. So there is, what's that, 15, 45 gold for you.
Okay, split with Bort.
I mean, it is pretty fucking, good money for doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Bort, you go to Erica's Emporium, and as always, she is thrilled to see you. It's been forever.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Oh, you're here. Oh, where have you been? What have you been doing? Oh my gosh!" And she does the whole she doesn't know what to do with her hands. She's leaning across the counter. She grabs a notepad for some reason and doesn't know what she's supposed to do with it. But
I, using my new charisma, I spin a delightful yarn. I wax poetic. I make up a haiku on the spot about the campaign. She's asking, I'm answering. I'm doing fun voices, a whole deal, sort of a pantomime sock puppet show. I show her the cloak. She's like, "Can I even see it?" "No, you can't." It's yeah. And I politely inquire as to how she has been.
She does say that she was a little agitated because for a good chunk of time there, Teak stopped coming in and delivering any gossip. And then he showed up and he was just he just said, put an envelope on the counter with a wax seal on it. He said, "This is for Bort." And left, and then wouldn't come back for 10 days, and then did that again. And he's been doing that every 10 days, is leaving a letter for you. It's got a wax seal on it, so I'm not gonna, it's not for me. But after 30 or 40 days of that, he did just come in and start giving me the gossip like he usually did, but I don't understand what that whole situation was. And then she hands you a pile of these letters.
Oh wow. She was excited.
That slip is the last one in chronological order. And then she, also hands you another what looks like starting maybe 40 days or so after the last time you talked to Teak is a list of this gossipy stuff, the one-line shit. But after reading that, you'll understand why I didn't write that up.
Totally. Thank you so much, Erica.
She does kind of hang on the whole black dragon thing,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Gonna bring me back like a claw or a tooth or something from the black dragon?" She's like, and she hops off and runs back, and you hear like. She comes back out and she holds up the green dragon claw that you gave her. She's like, "I still have this one. It'd be really cool to start a collection."
It would be really cool. Don't you? All we have to do is find the black dragon.
Okay, I know it's dangerous. I got caught up. I'm sorry, but if you do, then I have a space for it.
I give her the old nod, a wink, wink, sort of a deal. Yeah. It's happening, dude. We're doing dragon for you. Dragon reliquary, death object for you.
She gets that confirmation. She looks at the claw on the counter. She's like, and she takes it. Like, okay, here. And she comes back out. She's like, okay, well, if there's anything interesting in those letters, curious.
You'll be the first to know.
Is there anything you need while you're here?
Just the sweet knowledge of your friendship and other charismatic nothings that I was using.
She asked that satchel that she gave you that had all the stuff. She asks for it.
Eric's adventure bag.
Yeah, she just goes through and makes sure it's refilled with all the stuff that you've used so far. She just tops it off.
Very thoughtful. I want to make sure that Teak is getting paid and that I have enough money in the the kitty. Okay. I'll have to read through this.
Yeah. Read through that while we while Largo and Dakuta go to Thalura's terrific drink.
You're Erica's, was it?
Erica's Emporium.
God damn it.
I leave she cried, she begged for more. I conclude my business at Erica's and return to Pounson's, go in the back of the storeroom, post up, and read my mail. Which will do while you guys do what you do.
All right. So, Largo very patiently reminds Dakuta exactly where Thalura's terrific drink is.
Yeah. By the way, when we get there, if there's an alley or something just there, I put an arcane mark on the side of the building. So I know exactly where it is.
Does it last forever? So you can
Well,
arcane
yeah.
mark back to that spot in the field forever?
It would help,
Interesting.
I'm assuming.
Double check. I'm not sure if they last forever.
On any of my objects.
They don't. Oh, they last forever on an object, but not on a person. Okay. So you go to Thalura's terrific trinkets, and Largo. You see the familiar, shop personnel in there. Giflin, Mina, Donovan, and Lenore are all kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
And they see you come in, and Giflin says, "I'll get Thalura." and he heads into the back, and maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, Talura comes out of the back and says, Largo, it's lovely to see you here. Hopefully nobody dies this time.
Who died last time?
Lord Denrod, there was an attempt on the Duchess's leg. Like, she was at the ball the last time you saw her.
Well, hopefully you understand that I did all I could that night.
Yes, you even tried to start an international incident. It's quite exciting.
They're still sending assassins after me. They sent 2 so far. One was an inevitable.
Yeah, you start to get the, like, she's not sure if you're kidding or not, but she's playing along.
Yeah. You want to see something cool?
I don't know.
I cast hallucinatory terrain. Everything in the entire shop turns sparkly purple.
I hope that's something you can reverse.
I go, "Floop," then it comes right back. Pretty cool, right?
Please ask permission.
I kind of did.
Did I consent?
Anyway, I need 2 baubles. One is a bauble of shield, and another is a bauble of mage armor.
I think we have those on hand. That should run you 1,000 gold.
All right,
For the 2
cool.
of them.
How about 850? Can I roll a diplomacy? I need to get it out of the tower. I'm not changing it. 15 on the die, so that would be 39. But I understand that you should want to sell something for
Well,
less.
how about 950? And if there's more business you have to do, then maybe we can negotiate for more of a discount. I am running a business here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just figured you gotta ask. You know what I mean? Do you have potions of cure light wounds?
You know, that's Martin's.
Shit, I always forget that. Let's do the 950 for the 2 baubles. Shit. And can you tell me about them a little bit?
Tell me what?
Can you tell me about them a little bit? Where'd you get them?
Oh, I've made these.
Oh, you've made them. All right. And the castings on them? Are they just?
Baubles?
Yeah, they're just 100%. Just I'm good to
Mage
go.
armor and shield.
All right, cool. I try them out.
Yeah.
Look at the kudo. And I give her 950 and peace out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's So it's as though you have those spells on your spell list.
Cool.
And she turns to you. That's Largo. I don't know if we've had the pleasure of an introduction.
Dakuda, nice to meet you.
I'm just waiting outside by the way going.
He keeps casting it over. So you make all the magic items, or you?
I don't make all of them, but a good number of the ones that are here. Yes, I make. Some of my assistants help. Sometimes things come through the door and I resell them.
Nice. Did we bring this stuff to sell?
We did. I have it and I just left. But I am outside.
I figured that in that message.
He's outside. He's outside casting mage armor and shield 4 times each.
You might want to sell the stuff. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay.
I come back. I'm like, I'm sorry. I put the handy haversack up and just start like unloading things onto the counter.
I've been dabbling in making stuff as well, and I kind of, I'm interested in the stuff here, but I'm interested more in her and the making of things, and tell her that I've been interested in making like a pocket dimension, and see if she has any ideas or anything like that.
She says,
I don't know what level she is. I'm not prying, so I don't know if she's.
Pocket dimensions are well beyond my capability. I don't know.
That's really close to the edge. It's making me nervous.
I don't know if you are familiar, but there is one person who might be able to help you with
What's
that.
my next question?
He lives in Solomon. I think his name is when I was introduced to him, was Archmage Volson.
Archmage who?
Volson, which you know is Alorn's last name.
Okay, that's what I thought you were gonna say. It's like, yeah, I'm like, oh, duh. Okay.
He is somewhat of a recluse. I'm not sure if you'll be able to easily get an audience with him.
Yeah.
I've tried several times. I've only got to speak with him twice.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just go over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle Alorn, yeah, I got time.
I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want her to want me to do something for her. So I am gonna look through just in general, see if anything I see sparks my fancy. But I am interested if they have a couple bottles. Spectral Hand, level 2. Glitter Dust, level 2.
Okay. So looking through, you a lot of what they have here is pretty low end fare. And you're looking through, there's like 12 different kinds of ever burning torches, basically like lanterns, torches, chandeliers. You know, you're kind of assuming that is the bulk of her cells. It's just like people buying things that are permanent lighting fixtures, because those are only 50 gold a piece, whereas where basically everything else in there is like hundreds of gold, which translates to thousands of dollars. You know, they are probably, you know, only adventurers are coming in here with that kind of money to drop and like buy like one or two things. And you're learning, you know, you're aware at this point that where you guys are, you don't know other people. Like the vast majority of the population does not exist at your power level or wealth level.
Right.
So looking around, it's like, yeah, there's nothing here super amazing. But you also are fairly certain she's not going to keep the good stuff out on a shelf. So you said Spectral Hand and Glitter Dust. And those are level 2 spells, right? Okay. Real quick, I made a mistake. Those two should have been 1,000 gold apiece, not 500 is how much it costs to make them.
Okay, yeah.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
So maybe 2,800.
Well, we'll do 27, or no, not 20, 1750.
1750.
So, well, you get a 250 gold discount.
Cool.
For the level 2 spells, well, first, let's see. Roll a percentile twice.
88.
Okay.
Solid beds.
61.
So she says she has a glitter dust. She could make you a spectral hand, but she doesn't have one. She doesn't have one pre-made.
Okay.
She does have a
how
glitter
long
dust.
would that take?
A week.
Okay. How much are each of those again?
4,000 apiece.
And do you have any other items besides what you're displaying here? They're very nice, but not overly impressed.
That's you.
Yeah. She says, given what I know about the roses are red and you in the company of Largo, I would expect nothing less.
I just made everything purple. Now you can still hear me outside.
Throw something in.
They're 21 AC now.
Do it, Kevin. Do it.
Running at walls.
Now, I'm not that much of a child, but I'm pretty stiff. And I'm gonna, oh my God. You're fucking gift. I'm gonna Leslie Milton.
I'm
His
just-
birthday.
I'm in the middle of a field right now, just being like, yep, he's super dead in this box. And I'm just like sculpting stone. Hey, Jay, here, keep walking.
Keep walking back.
I gotta talk to Jenkins.
I don't have anywhere near 4,000 gold pieces.
Largo's been embezzling for a long time.
I've got like,
No, I asked.
I've got like 600 gold pieces. I should have more than that.
You can't learn good.
Where we were getting,
You want to do other stuff good too. Well, Largo's about to come in and drop
8
like
times larger.
a massive load of stuff on the table. So.
I tried to open one and connect those, but.
also, if she has it, I would be interested in a cantrip bottle.
Scoop.
Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
Roll percent.
Community.
93.
Yeah, just so happens to have that.
What? Who would have thought?
That one is 500.
Which one did you pick up?
I haven't picked anything up yet, but I'm looking for spectral hand, glitter dust, and a cantrip scoop. Scoop.
Okay.
I'm always trying to scoop up blood and stuff.
We didn't even, we said the same word and said it the exact same way. You are my brother.
Birthday breath.
But not.
So,
You're my brother.
at the moment, I only have one, let's call it an interesting item that might be, you know, in the realm of something that you would be interested in. And she goes in the back, comes back out with an ebony case.
Yeah.
That's maybe about 2 feet across. Unlocks it, pops it open,
I'm
and
getting
inside
My fingers are moving. I don't know why.
you see a metal rod that's just shy of 2 feet long. And it has got a sort of filigree of gold and brass that seem to have a motif of representing the different elements. So like some of it looks like fire, some of it looks like wind, some of it looks like cracking earth, and some of it looks like waves of water. She says this is a metamagic rod. It's on the lower tier, but it conveys the empower metamagic 3 times per day. And you know, given this description, you know it's a lesser metamagic rod of empower, which 3 times per day you can use the empower metamagic on a spell of 3rd level or lower. So, and that would give you, you know, 50% more dice on any of those. So you cast Fireball at level 11, you get 11d6. This would make it 16d6. Or your fire, your dragon's breaths, that kind of stuff.
The max on Fireball is 10.
That was 15.
That's like the column fire spell that I did is 15. I might be wrong about that, but I really thought it was 10.
Does that include if it's empowered?
Empower will go over the limit.
Yeah.
It's empower.
It's empowering.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you're right. Maximum 10d6, but empowered it would go to 15d6.
And what would you be willing to get rid of this for?
This rod would go for 9,000 gold pieces.
All right. First, we have some things we would like to see if you would like to buy off us. Before I know what my actual purchasing power is.
What
She might be
of this pile of things are you actually putting out for her to look at?
In my excitement and my haste, I'm going to roll a percentile die to see how brusquely I do this, but in my mind, I'm just pouring them out onto the counter. So low
Very
is
excited.
okay. No, okay. I kind of quickly place them, but I place all of them just in a row on the counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Including The sword?
No.
Oh, no.
No. I would
No.
definitely know not to do that.
I don't think we brought the
So,
sword.
well, what I have in this pile, given what you guys have said, is the Black Dragon scale armor.
No, nothing
No?
that he's studying, just the stuff
Okay.
that we're selling.
So then the tatami do,
Yeah.
the belt of Dex +2, the armored coat +3, the belt of strength and constitution +2, and the headband of wisdom +4.
Yes.
Or +2.
Higher level
Okay.
shit than she ever has in her shop. Higher level shit than she ever has in her shop.
Yeah.
Hey, best I can do is 200 gold pieces. Listen, I gotta frame it. I gotta take it to an auction house.
So
Charge 50%.
all of that together
History channel.
equates to about 31,500 gold.
Damn, it's a lot of money.
Now, of course, she's not going to pay you 35,500 gold for it. But, you know, between the two of you, you would be able to figure out that that is the value of what you dropped on the table.
That's like 5 wars.
She says, "May I inspect these pieces?"
So,
She takes a decent amount of time. You see casting detect magic. She's got some sort of a magic eyepiece that she's using. You're assuming it gives her a bonus to her spellcraft check or something like that. And she goes through each of the items, and she is specifically looking at the belt and the armored coat, and you get a reaction from that. The rest of the stuff she kind of takes in stride, but those two things she's like, okay, and she moves on to the next thing. And
I'm no good at this, but I would want to know since motive. Like, what was her reaction about? Like, she was amazed with it, or disgusted with it, or I'm no good. But I got a 14.
You get more of a like, I can't afford this.
Okay.
And you know, thinking about, okay, this is 31,000 gold pieces worth of stuff, and looking at everything that she showed you in the shop, and that this one meta magic rod that's worth 9,000 is the one thing that she had to show you that was above and beyond. Probably buy out her business with what you've put on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So she looks at it. She looks it all over, and says that for the tatami do, the belt of dex +2, and the headband of wisdom +2, given your guys your patronage here and the service you did for Penteros in protecting the Duchess, she's willing to trade straight across those 3 items for the rod. And that would be about 12,500. So be pretty good. Normally you buy at full price, sell at half price. So she's basically letting you sell at 75%.
But you can sell those 3 separate items at profit.
Right.
One item. So that makes good sense.
Yeah. Well, those things are price ranges that she might actually be able to offload.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She says for the other 2 items, and she says, would you be willing to allow me to be a broker in this? I can't afford to buy these myself, but I might know someone who can. I would expect a percentage, but
I look at Largo, but I'm like,
I'm gone. I'm waiting for you outside.
You just put this stuff in front of her a second ago.
I thought I did that like 30
went
minutes.
outside, cast the spells, realized he called you back in because you had the shit.
Put
He
it
came back
on.
in and put it on there.
Well, then I guess I'm there.
I'd be like, I'm
Largo
okay
does
with
what he's
it.
told.
I personally could use maybe trade for the baubles I'm looking for. I did not receive any treasure. I'm trying to work the angle
Yeah.
with no charisma.
She says, if See, the thing is, I want to work with you, but I don't know if I will necessarily come across someone who can afford this armored coat or this belt. And yeah, so I even if I did want to say, okay, I'll trade you the belt and I'll make you the baubles, then I'm stuck with a belt I can't sell.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a good amount of resources to create those baubles. So I'm kind of put in a situation where, yeah, I have the merchandise, but I don't have the customers.
Regarding the consignment and the acting as a broker, Largo says he's totally comfortable with it, but he just wants to ensure, and I'll roll a diplomacy to kind of make my point known. 7. So 33. 31. I would be concerned that I don't want it to fall into hands that would be able to like harm innocents or anything like that. I'd want it to either be like, like friendly, relatively good mercs or something. Like I don't want this to like fall into the hands of some warlord who's going to use this +3 armor to like kill a bunch of level 1s.
I can promise you, and I apologize for being cryptic, but I can promise you, if these move to the individual who I will broker for, you will never see them again unless you travel to another plane, probably.
Is it Zim?
No.
Okay, cool.
He couldn't afford these either.
Yeah,
He might on a whim, but
could afford his own dungeon.
Sim on a whim, that's what they call him.
Okay, well, cool. I say then I feel relatively comfortable with that. And if they become a problem and come to this plane, I'll just handle it.
These are sort of on the lower end of the spectrum for him.
Yeah. That's why we're not wearing them right now.
No, they're on the lower end of the spectrum for the buyer.
Yeah, for us.
He might not be interested. Is there anything more enticing or unusual that you have? He gets very curious about special items.
I look at Takuda and I say, maybe, but we're not done with them yet. We'll have to talk about that.
If there's something else that you might want to put on the table, then I don't want to bother him until I know for sure what's going to be in this process. Unfortunately, these 2 items, they're outside of my budget, but they're not unusual and exciting enough to maybe whet his appetite.
I'd say we could probably be back in a week or so, and we would have something very interesting for you.
Yeah, so maybe we just hold on.
That's a good
Is there one of these items that we're trading in that I could claim that I can use for money?
I think you should take all of them. You haven't been getting many things. You didn't receive any.
Well, I'm just-
Well, so what she wants is the tatami do, the +2 dex belt, and the +2 wisdom headband, which is 12,500 gold value in exchange for the 9,000 gold value rod.
I'm more interested in the baubles than the rod.
Okay, and the one bauble, the glitter dust, she does have. That would be 4,000 gold pieces. If you want the other one, that would be another 4,000 gold pieces, but she needs a week to make it.
That's fine.
And we'll come back in a week with, I'll split the dragon scale. Okay, cool.
Okay.
She's gonna freak out when she sees that. Oh my god.
Even the sword, because I'm not going to say this now, but I would say this later. I would, after checking it out, maybe even scrying on it, I wouldn't want this to go to anybody's hands. I would even consider destroying it.
But it's gonna go to
But if it's going to somebody, I don't know this lady.
Yeah.
You know her.
She has always treated me with respect, and she seems trustworthy.
She does say, just because you're getting his attention doesn't mean the deal is done. And she says, she kind of does a may I gesture, and this is and you've seen this enough, especially in Elven Mages. She is asking if she could examine what you guys are wearing.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Can I ask why?
Curiosity.
If I can do the same.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, she detect magic, so looks at you guys, and you detect magic and look at her, and she's
We're all detecting magic.
and she has a +2 intelligence headband and a monocle that gives her +5 on her spellcraft checks. That's it.
We have.
She looks you guys and she says, your robe would get his attention. Your ring would get his attention.
And
You don't necessarily have to. No.
And a wand I'm carrying.
Rod of Wonders.
She's seen that long before.
Hmm.
And she's not going to talk about it.
Did I do something in the shop? Oh, I did something at the ball.
No, she knows what that is, and it's a item that, like I've told you guys before, the people that you'd be okay with having it don't want it, and the people that you would not want to have it would desperately pay massive amounts of money for it.
Yeah.
So it's a strange item.
It just does a random thing.
Yeah, it's perfect for me, but also terrible for me. That's why I give it to Dakuda.
There's a thing like it.
I'm the guy that you want to have it.
There's like a rock. It's kind of just do random stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to tempt him too much with things that he has no option of getting, but and he will know if you never had an intention of selling it. I'm just saying he can move these things.
How
I
much
cannot.
are you willing to tell us about this person? Nothing? Or
About as much as I've been telling you. I am under very strict agreement to maintain as much privacy for him as possible.
is there a chance we could be part of audience of this? And the only reason I ask.
Oh, he will want to deal with you directly, and I will take my fee as a broker being there. But he will, the exchange will happen between you and him.
Extra planner would be, is there anything we have to fear?
So don't bring Uhtred.
You don't know how many times we've been asked that.
As long as you are respectful.
Okay.
He's very business minded.
I won't cast hallucinatory terrain in his presence, but wasn't that kind of cool?
I would suggest you don't cast anything in his presence, but unless you tell him what you're about to cast and he says go ahead.
Yeah. We're buddies.
So where did we land in this agreement?
We're giving her 3 things to get your 2 baubles.
3.
3 baubles. 3 for 3 then.
Well, you were paying cash for the cantrip, or
Well, if we can just trade, that works for me.
Largo,
Yes. I'm comfortable.
sweeten.
Oh, sweeten the deal. I'm still comfortable. 36.
She'll throw in the cantrip.
See, she doesn't like me, but she also likes me.
Well, I mean, she was already giving you guys a massive discount for the 2. So you guys are.
She probably just thinks I don't deserve power. Understandable.
No, I was just saying, Dakuda's trying to get this deal sealed, and he's not quite getting there, and you have the silver tongue. So
Here's the thing. Let me get this straight.
So if there is something more that you're willing to include in this that would draw his attention, I would need to see it, identify, and pass that information along.
And you guys are agreeing to come back in a week?
Yes, when we come
Just
back.
in the box.
Yeah, when we
Okay.
come back in a week with that.
All right.
That won't be my room.
All right, cool. So you got those two. You got one. You've got two baubles.
Yes.
You got one bauble.
Two.
Two baubles, right?
Coming back for one more in a week.
Mhm.
3 bauble wonder. 3 bauble month.
You got that other bauble that you never used.
Yeah,
What's your
actually, I could sell that prop. I've never used it.
What is it?
That was a gift.
I know. Who gave that? It's a
Hayward gave
heroism. But I mean, it's nice, but in the way the rounds go, it just never seems important.
You start kicking ass way too hard.
It's heroism. It's +2 attack or something.
Yeah, it's +2 attack and damage.
It's a solid buff.
It is.
Bauble buff.
Bill of bomb.
I'm telling you, that would be so fucking funny. Handcrafted Bill Ball.
What does that say, bro?
Is there any questions you have after reading through your?
Well, before I read this, I believe that I said I was going back to the storeroom to read it, so that's fortunate for me. I checked the loose floorboard by the pickle barrel.
There is
Yeah, you did.
there is 1,500 gold pieces on that box.
Damn, why is it before?
You're pious.
Because your side missions are spending money.
Yeah,
Other people's side
What
missions
does the
are-
town need? Okay.
And the list of items he said he included like the sale price, so I can give Jenkins's, or not Jenkins, the vicar's cut.
Yeah, it was just the two shadow blades.
Mhm.
They were the daggers that Eric the Black had
Yeah,
that were
totally.
like racially specific to the dark folk.
Mhm.
So those got sold, and then there was just like a bunch of
Little.
stuff, basically stuff that Teek's kids got the 5-finger discount on.
Bingo.
So it's like 2 pages of stuff.
Reasonable. I just. I'm gonna be-
It is pretty surprising that like the bottom, like the second page of that list, everything was bought by 2 or 3 guys, and there's a note next to it from Teek. Maestro's guy, Maestro's guy, Maestro's guy, Maestro's guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
Are we back at Houndson's?
I
We're
do
in
want
the
to
back of
Martin's.
Houndson's.
I do want to go to Martin's, but all I want to do is get 10 Cure Light Wounds potions. It's gonna be 500 gold.
Okay.
Cool.
You should get your.
Yeah, for 250 more gold, you can get a Cure Light Wounds one that's got
Recharge.
50 charges on it.
Okay, I'll get a Cure Light Wounds wand, and
You can get the one that's got 50 charges on it, or you can get the one that's got 5 charges and recharges 1 charge every day.
I'll do that one.
Okay.
So that's 750 gold.
And your spell, your use magic device check is retarded, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you should have no problem with that.
I reach into my pocket for like a napkin or a receipt or something, and I scrawl a quick note to Mr. Mayweather. I address it, Mr. Mayweather. Thanks, buddy. And I draw a smiley face, like a orky.
Okay.
And I leave a platinum piece in the hiding hole. I take the rest of the shit into this. Anyway, I've got a handy haversack from a dragon's sword. Still on me?
Well, you've got the Pathfinder's
For the
pouch.
Pathfinder's pouch, I say fuck, ass, whatever my code word is, it's fuck shit. I stashed mine and the list in my Pathfinder pouch, with the stuff. I'm gonna be, Black Market mission objective number 1 is stay right with the fucking law on this, so I'm going to, I see that Jenkins is no longer in the city, but,
Vicar Escobar. Vicar
what did I
Escobar.
say? I said Jenkins. Yeah.
Vicar
Yeah.
Escobar left the Senton camp a couple days ago.
Hmm.
So like he is in transit from Senton to Penteros right now.
Maybe if you fuck up this teleport again, we can just land in the caravan and I can pay the man.
There is a chance.
I assume that we said we're gonna meet back at the Cordessi estate. That was our plan as we went our separate ways in an hour's time or whatever.
Well, as I texted, I think Uhtred is just having.
Yeah, you're loose. You're
I've not
loose.
seen him like this many times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is like a rare occasion.
You did a top swap with somebody at the bar. You traded whatever you were wearing for.
Oh, I don't think he's getting that breastplate off of him without a fight.
No, that has flames on it. No.
You're wearing a
He
poncho.
probably would have showed it at some point.
But if we had a time to be back, Uhtred would be back, although he is having a.
I imagine that, like Bort just pulls one of the wheelbarrows from out behind the building and just
Yes.
Uhtred's in the wheelbarrow holding onto the cask.
Yes.
Exactly. So
That's awesome.
we're headed back towards the Cordessi estate. I tip Ileana another gold coin as I get Uhtred loaded into the barrel. I assume she's watching us with a aghast look on her face, like, good Lord, these are the people I work for.
It's more of this, like, she, looking at you guys and looking at the gold coin in her hand, and good Lord, these are the people I'm working for. Like, great. Yes.
Okay.
It's working so far.
All right, we head back. Uhtred's catching Z's. Rockabye baby in the wheelbarrow back to the Cordessi estate.
You're trying to get him to, but yeah.
You're singing some dwarfish drinking song.
Yes. Oh,
shanty.
I'm yelling for Mirok.
And just so you know, based on the books that she showed you before you got absolutely hammered, you're paying her 1 gold piece a week.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes.
I got 45.
Yeah. Yeah, you're paying her 1 gold piece a week. So like when you tip her 1 gold piece, you're paying her
a week's
salary.
Yeah, she loves us.
It's like intended to like blow her mind. Like
Yeah.
that whole. Like,
Oh yeah, it's
more like me reminding you, because very quickly you guys are like, oh, we need 7,000 gold for this, and that like you start transferring the concept of a gold piece to $1. But it's,
no, we're gonna sell Yanni's necklace when we need to, and then we'll be back to where we need to go.
Once we're flat broke again in the
We sell his necklace, we're good.
share a kebab.
You can
We're
sell
back
one
in-
of his kidneys, maybe. Not that necklace.
All right, so Dan, though, how many weeks did you say? So 45 minus how much?
you've been making 3 gold pieces a week for 15 weeks. So that's why you got 45 gold.
All right, cool. So she has.
So you're doing nothing and making 3 times as much as she is for running your business.
Right. That's what we want.
Correct.
That's
It's a system, bud.
Uhtred, I assume you gave me my cut of that.
Nope, still haven't yet. So we got the 45 plus 14. So now we're down.
This is a week.
1 divided by 2. You get 15.5 gold.
He didn't share the books with you. He's just handing you money
Sure.
and saying that's your share.
All right, I accept.
I mean, that's right, though.
In his current condition, you're
Mhm.
happy that he didn't
Exactly.
just hand you like a banana peel and say,
Yeah.
"Spend it all in one."
Yeah, I accept. Well, look at that. Back in business. What boys make good, huh, fella?
Yeah, what money did you make is what I'm slandering as I walk.
Enough to get us back to home. I say as I wheel you drunkenly.
Oh, yeah, this is a very drunken talk. Like, what'd you make?
We're babbling. Hey, you got any more of those kebabs? Here, put this in your face hole. Num 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 num. Tasty, tasty, yum yum yum. Shawarma, shawarma, Uhtred.
Yeah. As you start getting closer to the Cordessi estate, you see Klaus walking the other way, and he's just got like a handful of oatmeal. And he's just doing this.
Yeah.
As he's walking away, and you get to the front door, and Berg is like, I told you, I could have taken a bowl.
Klaus is that really like thick
The
kid.
dwarf.
Yeah,
He's the dwarf boy.
Yeah.
He's there at the Cordessi estate?
I've got notes. He's been there on and off. He comes by for oatmeal a couple times a week.
That's fucking amazing.
Uh-huh.
I tried to give him
Sorry,
a
I've been
toy
trying
horse,
to
and he was not interested in
Rotund little dwarf boy.
it. A little dwarf boy.
And yeah, you get to the front of the Cordessi estate, and you do kind of like scan the area. You see in an alleyway another one of like a little girl you haven't seen, but she's she's looking around. She sees you. You lock eyes, and she just gives you a little wave, and she like kind of moves and gets behind some crates in the alley.
Fireball.
Sorry, don't say it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Uhtred doesn't say shit.
Wrong
Uhtred's
kid.
blind drunk right now.
No.
He has a black back end. Fort's got a handle on this.
No. Bort's noticed because he was primed to notice.
Excellent. We're back. We're back in the kitchen, waiting for you guys to show back up with your loot. And I start heaping spoons of oatmeal into Uhtred's face hole.
That would be a good, that's serve me up.
That'll serve you up real quick. I'll soak up some of that
and
booze.
Just for your information, the armor is worth about 10,000 gold,
God damn.
but that sword is worth probably around 50,000 gold.
Brutal.
And
I'm personally, after talking to her, thinking that would be a good, the guy on a different plane would be a good, after we study it.
Yeah.
It would be a good place to get rid of that. If he's, whatever.
I think we really survey the room and find out who like killed her, and then we divvy it up.
Who are you talking about?
Killed him.
He's drunk.
He's role playing.
The snowboarder?
What snowboard?
What?
I hate everyone in this group. I hate every one of you.
I really didn't hear what you said.
The sword.
The sword. Okay, I don't understand.
Neural's the worst.
It just doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right, cool. So with that, I guess you have no other reasons to stick around in Penrose, and you head back to Senton.
But I need to talk to you. We need to go on it.
Okay.
Percentile.
I would, Is there somebody, I would lock on to somebody since I'm a little nervous
You
now.
put an arcane mark on the command tower.
Yep.
You've done a lot of teleports and you've only been off your mark once.
Good five.
You're fine.
Oh, we didn't get party supplies.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, can I say that I got party supplies like Martin's?
What parties? Well, Martin sells potions. That's it.
All right, so I go and I find a place, like I go to fucking Party City. I have streamers. I have the little things that go pop. I got like traditional, like a 5-year-old's fucking birthday party, pinata. I got like things.
Give me an intelligence.
Okay.
We got boots.
You've not been a dragon, you've been an age.
31.
An intelligence check?
I rolled a 20 on the die.
Look at you, big brain. Check out the big brain.
Realizing that you need to throw a party, you try to think of who you would know, who would know how to throw a party, and you go visit Mark LaFleur.
Yeah, dude. Mark La fucking Flat.
How much money are you going to spend on that?
I'm going to spend
haberdasher.
300 gold.
So yeah, you get like you get like silk streamers and you know all
300 gold
like
piece is so much fucking money. It's $3,000, right?
30,000.
$30,000. Let's do 100 gold, which is still insane. But
I mean, you know, it's they're still silk streamers, but you know, it's not his best silk.
and he's probably
It's not-
still thrilled.
It's like, you know, like these are the trims. These are, you know, like, but yeah, but he's like, oh, you know, he takes you and it's like you can't really get something like he wants to get you like flowers and stuff, but it's like the dead of winter at this point. So you know, he does kind of walk you through town, points you out. And part of this conversation is like since the guards have the militia and the soldiers have left.
Yeah.
The town is running on like the thinnest number of town guards.
Yeah.
Things have gotten a little rough here in the last
Okay.
month or so.
Yeah. Well, he's walking
So
with
it's a
me.
little hard finding some things, but I know where to find them. And like as he's pointing this out, you're realizing there are not a lot of people on the street. And while it's cold, there's still not a lot of people on the street. Then people are looking, you know, a little down, little. It's not the same. What do you call it? Personality that the city has had in the past. But yeah, there's an element of worry, maybe even a little bit of danger. But he does say Captain Suruk has done a lot.
And then I go, I bet he has.
He got in trouble a couple of weeks ago for shooting a thief. But now he pretty much shoots someone at least once a week.
Damn. Yeah, well, you know, I've never known him to fuck around.
Wait, so he got in trouble for shooting a thief, but then he took that response and now he's just shooting someone once a week.
Well, it's like
The first time.
it, you know, was early on.
I
in this, so like things have been getting worse, and now like that amount of violence is kind of necessary to enforce the law.
They're low on guard because of the war.
200 of the city guard has gone to Senton to do this war.
Reassuring.
That's
That's
not.
right. That's right. And Mike Scow is shooting people in the street.
But yeah, no, that's. I mean, yeah, Bort can fill you in if he feels like it.
Yeah,
He's got some more of the dirt.
Not Zeros.
Well, I mean, I was talking about
Yeah.
the crew. But yeah, so yeah, you get something that's like a piñata. It's not, you know, it's not animal shaped.
Yeah.
But it's a like a decorated ball that
And I want to
will
ensure that there's
explode.
candy in it.
You can buy candy to put in it.
Alright, cool.
Bees!
Broken glass and bees.
I paid
They're better.
$10,000 for this party.
There better be candy in it.
No. There's also like with that budget, he points you at probably around 30 bottles of wine, and 10 of those bottles are like the good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Don't let Richard have that.
Let's do it.
He wants beer.
Yeah. Sweet. Well,
Kuda, shut your mouth.
I need to discuss with Dakuda something in private.
Yeah. Well, he takes you for this
Yeah.
like shopping trip, and
This
then
is
you're
amazing.
done.
Mark LaFucking-Flat and me went shopping. And people were probably just like peering out of their windows, like, what the fuck? Because I'm just like, and then we're gonna. And he's just like, just counting the money. He's just like, are you seriously paying me this much money to fucking plan a party for you? Okay, let's do it. I'm just like, and then I'm 153 almost, and then
Damn it.
And a pony for my pony.
is there candy
And
in
a
it?
bonnet for my pony's pony.
So okay.
Yeah.
So now you need to go have a
I need
conversation.
to go
with
have
Dakuda.
a private conversation with Dakuda with the cats.
What does it say?
Is that before we get back?
No, it's after we get back.
Okay.
We need to go somewhere. I need to use your teleport skills if you're down.
So teleport back. Is is there anything specific you need to inform everybody else? I don't know what.
No.
I
I said get ready for the best fucking party ever in 3 days. I'm turning 153 and it's gonna be a bash, and I tell a lot.
We're gonna be at an old battlefield. There's gonna be veterans,
And I
POWs. It's gonna be a vibe.
and I gave Mark LaFlette like detailed instructions on how to get to the war zone, just in case he wants to come.
Okay.
And I keep telling people like Mark LaFlette's gonna be there. And then probably tell me who that is.
These are soldiers.
There's one of the paladins that kind of hangs out with Godric is like, really?
It's like, yeah, dude, he's gonna be wearing his vest.
I know exactly which paladin that is.
All right, you ready to go talk in private?
Sure.
If that's okay with everyone.
Yeah. You guys are doing anything?
No, dude.
It's about Mirok's gift.
Okay. Oh, do we need that?
Oh, we're going.
It's a
Mark
secret.
LaFlette.
Okay.
The gift.
We got to get out of the
cake.
microphone's range.
The mic was flat.
It's just that
That's fine.
Whatever, it's fine.
This is exciting.
All right. So is rest of you guys? I'm sorry, Jake. I know like you've got nothing going on right now. Actually, let's have Bort, Yanni, and Uhtred roll me one attack. This will kind of represent your cleanup crew efforts.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Well,
I have a question as well. Like, is it the D20 to attack or like?
Yeah, D20 to attack. Add whatever bonuses.
Oh, I got a 20.
Natural 20?
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I never did. What a random time to get one.
You kill 1,000 people.
23 total.
Okay.
Computer attack.
Yanni?
31.
31. Okay. So, yeah. Bort, you don't really rack up the numbers, but a lot of like the people, the orcs and gnolls and goblins and shit that you find, no one will ever find. And in that process, you manage to scavenge like another 10 gold in assorted coins. It's like a lot of copper and silver, but a total of about 10 gold from these.
That's what I like to hear. I'm getting that nice petty cash. Just using my newfound charisma.
Oh, boy.
So I just like to have like a quick, like, exactly. So I've got Daryl with me.
I mean,
Well, I'm
maybe
doing-
not on this. If you're like trying to do the stealthy, like, sneak around, find somebody, slit their throat.
Definitely, I'm sneaking and slipping, but like Daryl's like around kind of.
Okay.
Sure.
I want I'm using my newfound charisma. I want to sort of I want to have Daryl be my my language partner, and I want to reconnect with my Orcish language roots and brush up on my orc speak.
Okay.
I am also fluent.
I believe.
Okay.
I
I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. He. I mean, it's pretty good. He does, tell you a couple times. Basically, you got a fucking dwarvish accent. But she's trying to work you back, or like trying to point you back in the direction of an Orcish accent.
Cool.
And that's it. I mean, you know how to speak Orcish.
Yeah. But I'm brushing
but
up on the
but
local
you've heard a
sort of-
lot. In civilized parts, you more often hear it speaking in the dwarvish dialect, and so your Orcish sounds a lot more like Dwarvish than just Orcish. Like, it doesn't sound more like Dwarvish than Orcish; it just sounds more Dwarvish.
Yeah. I want the like the local, the slang the kids are saying.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well. He's not even 20 years old yet, so he's almost middle aged.
Yeah. He's got the hip lingo from the front lines.
Okay.
Okay. So that's just the other thing I was thinking about.
So so like most of this is like you're going around the field with him, and you're like, hold on right here, and then you disappear, and then some guy goes,
So what are the kids talking about?
and then Bort walks back over and is like, 6 silver. Is it?
Yeah.
So how do you say kebab?
It's like that, yeah.
All right. So Yanni, the thing with you is like when you find like a group or something and they start running, it's just like, you're absolutely on that. You're just gonna die tired kind of thing. Because even though you have to stop and beat someone to death, like you run to the next person so quickly, it's just not. But yeah, you managed to take out quite a few. In particular, you're taking out some gnolls who are making their way out of the battlefield, and they've got a pretty good swiftness to them that you are able to absolutely dominate. Is there anything you're trying to get out of this? I mean, I know that Bort was picking through pockets, but is there anything you're trying to accomplish while you're out here?
Nope, just out here doing the Lord's work.
This is his Lord's work. It's so yeah, you drop the bodies, you pull them all together, you put them in a central location, you mark it with like a stick or something and a little flag so that someone knows to come and collect these bodies and burn them. You're doing this much more methodically and carefully, knowing that this is farmland and people live here and they will want to reoccupy it at some point. And hundreds of rotting corpses are, not the best possible scenario here. Uhtred, on the other hand,
Natural 20.
He's going around flaming.
Uhtred, you are, out like trotting across the snowy fields with Otis in tow. And as you're doing this, you you see Otis kind of like perk up and point.
Ooh.
And you look in the direction that he's looking, and
See a black dragon.
coming over this hill, you see probably 15 or 20 orcs riding on wargs. And so these warg riders, which wargs are like big demonic wolves, come charging down at you. You bamf out your fiery rage, and you're just like laying into these guys, slicing them down, one swing at a time, and several times taking out the rider and the wolf at the same time. And as you get like through 3 or 4 of these guys, all of a sudden, you feel like a cold, wet sting on the side of your face, and you reach your hand up, and there's like this icy cold snowball that's just stuck to the side of your face, and you look from the direction that it came, and you see a little black goblin on the back of a wolf saying, "Fuck you! Fuck you, man! Fuck you!" And she rides off as fast as she possibly can.
Is that?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the orcs on the wargs are like, okay, and they all kind of like, the ones that can get away just follow her and disappear off into the distance.
She loved me.
You broke my heart.
Yeah, she's probably fucking high level too.
Yeah, she probably hates all of us.
She's probably 11.
Oh, I fucking love. Thank you. That was awesome.
Some fooey's out there with a contingent of orcs.
Fui with a warging cavalry
Yeah.
was one of the possible random things that you guys could have fought during this war.
Oh, shit.
And I knew from the moment that the first thing she was going to do was throw a snowball at your face.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It makes more sense to be thrown at me. Yeah.
yeah, but in the absence of Mirok, yeah. And with your natural 20, kind of wrapping up this story arc. It's like, yeah, it's around.
Jake, for context, that's Aaron's old character that we jumped out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decided that.
We bounced that character out the club.
Yeah. We said you can't play this character because this character sucks.
Well, 3 of us wanted to kill it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if Ross, we wanted to just.
Pointy stick right in the back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that happened, and
That's dope.
after about a week and a half of this cleanup operation, which has an intermission of a massive birthday party that lasts 2 days.
And also, I give a gift to Mira. Do you want to hear it now? You don't have to hear it now. It could just be a text.
Well, I mean, it chronologically, there's like 3 more days after your like trip to Penteros, and then there's the party.
Yeah.
And then there's like another week or so of cleanup. So
The party's going to be phenomenal. We don't have to go through the party, but I hand Mirok a box, and on the 59th of Inbound, and I say happy birthday.
What kind of box am I looking at?
Just like a wooden box. You open the wooden box.
Oh, no.
hey, don't you tell me.
That's fair. I'll tell you what's inside.
You can't play his character.
Let me fuck out of the box.
God damn it.
And Dan, I might be using a particular spell here with a little bit more flavor than the text might allow, but I'm just going to explain what I would like to happen. and I can use an action die if needed. But what I've done is I had Dakuta transport me to Tarnholm, where I picked up a stone from Uhtred's cleave. And
Nope.
wrong. I picked up a stone.
Dunmar.
Yeah. I picked up a stone and I went to Bletta. And me and her together, but mostly me, shittily, shittily carved a little cute little house out of the stone. And I asked Bletta a question, and I told her to think very hard about her response.
So I'm holding a little stone house.
Little stone house. And I asked her in 25 words or less, what does Mirok Slate Belt mean to you? And she answered in 25 words, and in her voice, which is the part that I don't know if I can actually do, I cast Magic Mouth on the door of the house. So the door of the house goes, and in Bletta's voice, she gushes about how much you have meant to her and what you mean to her as a person and a mentor.
Give me a diplomacy check.
2 on the die, so 26.
Yeah, it is. It starts out sort of stilted, and can by the end of the 25 words, it's just very respectful, very sincere, very appreciative about how she can only hope one day to be the rock, the foundation so many people can stand on.
So I hear that.
Just a shitty house.
Yeah, very crude. It looks like a monopoly.
Okay, here's the thing.
You all
Largo carved a really shitty house. Let it cast stone shape and look.
Cool. I hear it, I look at it, and at first you see my face, and you're like, oh, he doesn't get it. I was really confused. And you're like, oh no, he doesn't like it. And he was like, oh no, he's like just crunching his face. So we're like just holding emotions back. And then I just like touch the mausoleum of Drew, and I go, thank you. And I just like walk into it and just stone shape goes behind me. And you're just like, if you roll high enough perception, you might just.
I rolled a 1.
You don't hear jack shit.
Yanni's over on the other end of the party, and they're like, I swear you hear a dwarf crying.
All right, fellas, I have to actually head out now. Sorry. I'll do a roll to put Uhtred and Mirok 16. You help them out. Help Uhtred out.
Yeah, we're gonna drink.
Uhtred's leaning on the side of the mountain, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You still out of the rock house. This is gonna be fine.
All right. See
Well,
you
man,
guys.
there's other girls. It's okay if Blooded turned into a little rock house.
But I will leave you with this.
You can turn her back.
It's one of the drugs you've never seen Uhtred. So you guys do what you want with him. All right. See y'all.
Later, dude.
Later.
See you, man.
Yeah, I will rejoin the party in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, just totally fine.
No, I'll come with it. Thank you.
That's my dirty dozen and bottle of Lagavulin from Leslie Hill.
Sure. Yeah. Here's a tiny stone house.
I think
tiny stone
over the
houses.
river quad. Yeah.
So, with your little apprentice band.
All right. So,
Never gonna go on your ego trip.
we're coming right up on 10 o'clock. So we're kind of at a good place. I will say, like after the party, you know, that does seem like the countryside is pretty cleared out. After this, like another week or so, and the you know, there is this, okay, we want to send an envoy to Lund at some point. There is a little bit of a discussion over, do we want to try to finish the Lund situation or the dragon situation first? If we go to Lund and can say that that dragon is destroyed, that's going to give you a much stronger power position in dealing with the orcs. But it's also in some of your, you know, conversations with your one render tribe guy.
My Daryl?
He had no understanding of the dragon. Like, he didn't know that the dragon existed. He only knew about Zahira, the Ebon Ruin. So you're getting a strong impression that the dragon does not rule the orcs. The half dragon ruled the orcs by proxy.
But they saw that dragon fly away.
Yeah, they saw that dragon fly away. She did fly away in the direction of Lund. And you know that there is a massive swamp next to Lund. And you know that black dragons live in swamps. And you know that that fits the basilisk and the crocodiles that she also turned into half dragons. So everything is pointing at she's in that swamp somewhere. And from your experience, you actually went to Lund. Lund is on the other side of the swamp, on like a plateau along the mountain that goes down to the riverside. But there is this swamp that kind of breaks the land of Lund from the Gateston Fields.
So we may just encounter.
We gotta, I think that God is telling us that we're powerful enough to take this dragon.
One. There we go.
Yeah. You can see, it's not easy to read, but the Corbata swamplands are right next to Lund and kind of separated from. So you guys can pass that down.
Do we want to, since you said it's a week or so away, do we want to do the sword thing?
Oh yeah. Go with the sword and the armor back.
Is there anything else I get out of the sword while studying it? And also, I guess I would have done this at some point within that week. I would have tried scrying on the dragon. But I would not do so without Largo and Mirok with me in case they see something weird going on to try and help me out.
Okay, make a caster level check.
I always forget. Is that just my level plus a d20?
Yeah.
Is it intelligence also?
No.
I rolled 1.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna just assume I can't.
Yeah, you try to manifest the spell, and you know, from a magical perspective, it's like you're trying to reach your hand forward, and there's a brick wall, like at your nose. And it's just it's not physically possible.
She must have really strong magic around her because I mean, I totally
By
did
that
that right.
logic, I would not want to go fight her. I'm already worried about going.
Me too. I don't want to, but I really want to.
Oh yeah, I think I could be in that boat. Yeah, it'd be cool if I could slay a dragon, but like she acted like she could crush us with one claw, and didn't even try like we weren't worth it.
Yeah, because if she actually could tip the scales, this wouldn't have been an experiment.
Yeah.
Or she couldn't tip the scales, I guess is what I can say.
Okay. Well, is there anything? Like I said, what's your plan for next session? What's your intent going forward here?
Go after the Dargon.
Yeah, I think so.
The black Dargon.
What about the sword?
I'm more inclined to go to.
Well, I think we do that. Yeah.
I'm more inclined to go alone and consolidate the political situation there.
Okay.
Well, it could work out to where we just kill a dragon along the way.
I think we're gonna have to go find it. Let's go to Lund. Let's wrap it up.
Let's go to Lund.
Let's wrap it up. I've been brushing up on my Orcish. I've been
Okay.
having all the hip slang.
Because we could
so
use
charismatic.
we could use the forces of one. If it goes really well, we could use the forces of
Well,
one to help us.
There's also this is a week and a half after you had that conversation with Lord Jenkins where he was like, I think we want to wait a month before we do anything with Lund because we need them to calm down and chill out.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe we should
So-
the swamps.
I mean, yeah, you guys could do other stuff, in the you don't have to
There's
go
plenty of things
attacking
that
the dragon,
we could
but
do.
you, yeah, I just kind of want to know, so next week I have a plan, and I have,
Well, we need to do the sword thing, at whatever. And, there's some things I want to do depending on if we have time, but after that, yeah.
okay, well, we'll start with that next week, and then,
Huh?
yeah, if you guys have anything else that you want to accomplish. But yeah, you probably are gonna need to spend 3 weeks doing something before you go to Lund.
There was, so I did at some point when I talked to Jenkins and be like, hey, I made this big stone, not big, but like, I think it was 10 foot by 10 foot stone house in the middle of this field in the middle of nowhere. I can make 45 cubic feet of stone a day. So Miyako would product on Jenkins and be like, hey, like, real talk, there's Juro's in here. He is going to be in here until we revive him. We don't know when that's going to be. Would you want us to obscure this by making it more visible? And we was trying to get to is like, do you want me to make this like a monument to like the fallen here, or a monument to like your great victories, or like a watchtower? Like I can build a stone structure here that could be valuable, and I can have stone craftsmen coming from Tarnholm to really do it right. So I propose that.
Yeah. He says, well, I think a monument is a good idea.
To whom?
To all the fallen, I think is a good idea. I will buy this yard of land from whoever, well, I will remunerate him for taking it back from him and figure out where else he can farm from now on. And he points out, you can kind of make out where the fence used to be. He says, keep it in this.
Yeah.
And do what you think is appropriate. And he also says, I'll take a collection amongst the nobles, but you can assume like maybe 100, 200 gold
Okay.
will go into this.
Cool. I'll hit you with some details, but I'm like right now thinking either like Vietnam Memorial, like really low wall with a bajillion names, or like Trajan's column, like a circular story that's very tall.
Okay.
Either one of which would like envelop.
Just realize with names, 90% of people can't read.
Okay, I go Trajan's column. Makes sense. Rooted in the time.
He's taking up a collection with the nobles.
Yeah.
Tell all the nobles that what the roses of red have done here.
That'll be in the column.
I think they have an understanding.
All right.
Good.
How good is that again?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, good.
Tell
It's gonna stay at the bottom of the Trajan's column.
That's a noble. Hey, be my high fan.
Roses of red.
Oh, one last thing, if I can do this real quick before we lose Jake. Slap, man. Sorry, this is just gonna take a second.
All this stuff.
if it works. I specify.
Oh, thank you.
Second now, done that. So
Actually,
and then like, wait.
You can't poop there.
Are you serious? Is this sleep? No, it's bird.
No.
That's the patch you just like contracted to do from Mexico to make.
All right, well, this is taking fucking forever for whatever reason. But the thing is, what I want to talk about is this is Yanni's mini right now.
Yeah.
And everybody else has one of these really cool ones.
Yeah.
I would like to have Yanni have a Hero Forge mini like everybody else. So I did a quick mock-up, but for whatever reason, the Hero Forge website doesn't want to load. But if you want to go on the website, heroforge.com, you can build a mini that looks like Yanni, color them in, do whatever, and they will 3D print in color the mini. I would say, I don't know how you want to do it. I think it's like $45 for a mini. And I'm willing to put in some money because I want everybody's mini to be their character.
I got 5.
We will, we can either, I assume it would just be easier if I put in the order, had it sent to me so that Yanni could join everybody else on the table.
Right.
But
Okay.
however much you want to throw in on that,
it's great.
And
Like a
I don't know if you've, did you ever get my Venmo?
I did. Yeah, I can send something your way there.
But does that
Do
sound good to you?
yeah, that's cool with me. Did you say that you already took a shot at it? I would like to see what you you have in your mind there.
You know what? Let me.
Yeah, see if you can text it to the group. Yeah, because it makes such a difference, Jake, to like see these fucking characters.
It's awesome. And then when you come up for whenever you want to, come up to be in person.
This is the matchup right there.
Jen, what's your Venmo?
Don't. Dakuda has very amazing sideburns.
These heights are way out. I feel like you should be much smaller.
Yeah, that's as small of a mini as you can make from Mark.
I feel like you should be like
Margo.
I am 3'1".
I think I'm like 5 something. I'm like 5'2".
Damn, you're taller than Francesca.
Yeah, 5'2", but my weight is like my actual current weight.
Stout belt.
Mm-hmm. That's my PSN name.
Okay, not stout butt.
No, it is stout butt.
Stout butt.
My PlayStation name is just stout butt. I had someone message DM me once on PlayStation. Fuck your name. I was like, why are you mad? Okay. Just don't.
Have butt issues.
Don't talk about butts.
But.
Oh,
All right, hi, Howdy.
Right, dude.
See ya.
So fucking annoying.
Dude.
Maybe their site's down.
What?
Maybe their site's down.
I don't think so. It loaded, but I can't log in because I only had my password saved on the laptop, and I.
Oh, no, Jen. What's the last 3 digits of your phone number? Venmo wants it because I've never paid you with Venmo before.
The last 3?
4. I'm a
5,
bad
3 don't
counter.
work.
Jennifer.
It's so big.
Oh, okay, now it's talking loading. Almost. Third of the way.
You're black and me, aren't you?
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's got one.
2/3. Yeah, I can't wait to hear this mic.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious how it sounds.
Those are nice.
It's
Great.
it's night and day.
Yeah, he's like playing from home where it's like, okay, like I can hear if Dan like yells, and then any other like side conversations I just can't hear. That's fine.
I just heard the light switch in the bathroom when Ross came out. I can hear everything.
High quality, Blue Yeti.
Is it tinny at all, or is it like full fidelity?
It doesn't get like distorted or anything either. I mean, you know, even like loud, quiet, anything, it's pretty easily made out.
Is it like tinny, but like, or does it have like a full rich sound?
Does it sound like vinyl?
Is it bold or is it more like light?
Is it smooth? How are the transients?
What about the girth? What about the girth on that weird thing?
Size
Oh, it's nice.
No, I'm not. It's been at 68% for like the last 2 years.
94, 98.
All of a sudden. Come on.
It's gonna be so worth it.
We're all waiting. I'm annoyed with Venmo. Like they send me an email, the Venmo app texts me, and they send me a text.
It's your money, Dan.
A lot of communication.
I love that note.
It's a good one. It's a good reminder for everyone.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just like lessons learned.
Yeah. Like it was like you and you were selling stuff, and I was there's part of it. I was like, oh, where's that? I was like, I'm not there. Don't say anything.
No.
You're not there.
It's just us casters just being bad at thinking tactically.
No, I mean, I think the choices you made were good.
Like I said, this session was less Dungeons and Dragons and more lists and ledgers. But sometimes you have to have those edges.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at like our level with the amount of loot we had.
I'm gonna head out. If it does load, send a thing to the group.
Okay.
Jake, I'll see you later, man.
See ya.
Later, guys. Have a good night.
Dude, in person. Fantastic. Fuck yeah. Welcome to mi casa. I hope you come back.
I'll read the dirt sheet.
Hasta luego.